Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly protocol droid today, because today we are returning to a channel favorite. That would be Star Wars Saga Edition, the last edition of the game published by Wizards of the Coast before they lost the license. And returning to a story that we had started last year, actually. Never let it be said that we are, not taking our time in these releases. So we're returning to a story we started last year. We will be bringing things up, or bringing you up to speed as to what happened with a quasi-crawl. But we have also many more heroes ready to join the Resistance today. So let me go with the order. I've got everyone on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today. First up is George.
Hey everybody, I'm George. I'm playing Kuro Starskimmer, who is a level 5 human. It says here, charming, fast-talking, really knows what he's doing scoundrel. I don't know why that's written there, but that's what it says.
That sounds about right. Next up is Andrew.
Hi everyone. Every freaking time I try to do an intro, I'm Andrew, and I have my shit together. I swear. I am playing Monda Vantai, a Duro scoundrel, level 5.
Very nice. Next up is so we do have a real treat today. We have not just one, but 2 Davids on offer. So first up is David.
Hi, I'm David, and I'll be playing Senator Hakatusham, who is a politician with a penchant for gathering information on the sly.
Very nice. Next up is Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric. I'll be playing Corva Coleman. Yes, Corva Coleman, extending the tradition of how many Star Wars characters do sound exactly like the names of NPR reporters. So anyway, Corva Coleman is a newbie's scout who's kind of a sneaky little stealthy little bastard, and he's also, like a lot of movies, very kind of focused and intense.
Very nice. And last but certainly not least is our resident armorsmith and extra Dave. Dave!
Hey everybody, you can call me New Guy Dave. That's just the way I go. And
New Guy Dave.
Thanks. And I am playing Dosen Dozum, who is the only non-scoundrelly, sly, sneaky person in our group. He's a soldier. That's okay. I'm all right with that.
My rulebook pages got stuck together, so everyone just is playing the one I could open it to. All right, so I did not write. I wrote a little to break with tradition. I wrote a brief, like quasi crawl intro for us here. It is in my handwriting though, so it may take us a little bit to get through what it actually is. So, if you can picture
Imperial music.
What's that?
Imperial music. Imperial music.
We do not wish to have copyright strikes, so no, we're not playing any Star Wars music.
Yeah, we need to have the royalty-free knockoff of the Star Wars theme before all of this. Exactly. That would not get you flagged on YouTube.
So, guys, we start with a black field, and then the horns hit us. Intrigue on the Outer Rim. After meeting with General Lando Calrissian, Kuro Starskimmer has agreed to assist Predit D, a given computer engineer who had constructed Palpatine's Whisper Web tracking network. However, to help D rescue his wife from the Guavian death gang as part of an agreement for his help, Kuro has had to strike a deal with the Kanji Club. The Kanji Club, we're right into my handwriting here, who has demanded that Kuro use the Blue Shadow virus, a bioweapon from the Clone Wars, on their Guavian adversaries. Meanwhile, Senator Hakatusham has relinquished her seat in the New Republic Senate and has joined her former colleague, Leia Organa, in the fledgling Resistance. Whispers in alleys and darkened cantinas across the Outer Rim whisper the name, the First Order. Senator Tusham travels to the distant planet of Ograson to meet with an old rebellion contact who promises information about the plans of this shadowy conspiracy. And we then see this very like quasi Lambda shuttle looking dignified vessel go over. It's got the three things, but it probably has more of a like brass and bluish finish to it. And it goes down over a world that has a swirling, thick atmosphere with a kind of like greenish gray color to it. And we see in white lettering the word Orgrasan. Oop, let me here. Put that in chat for you guys. As the vessel goes down or through the atmosphere and through the heavy cloud cover, we see it passing over bogs and swamp forests. You can see there are people working down below, some droids, some maybe, what do you call it? Not Jabba supervisors, but Ugnaught supervisors who are down there who all kind of look up and like, shout at people who are up there. There's bubbling and whatnot. And the vessel makes its way over and then lands at a small metal structure that seems to have built as a starport or an impromptu starport. There's a couple ramshackle buildings that are in here, but the broken doors, the lights all being off, and the absolute lack of any life suggests that this settlement has been abandoned for quite some time. The sun is going down, and the fog is beginning to come in quite thick and heavy. As the wings fold up, we see two figures step out as this goes down, and the mist that hangs around every hatch in Star Wars hangs around the exit of this. Walking down, we see two figures. One dressed in a very sensible kind of flight suit, hiking gear. The other, head to toe in shiny black armor. This is Heka Tusham and Dosen Dozam. Dosen, you have come along as a favor to Kiro to keep Heka safe at this meeting. So the two of you walk out. You are meeting with, tell me I have an image loaded of this. I was so excited to be doing let's see here. Is he in here? Come on, big money. No, nuts. I have no Toydarians landed. You are meeting a Toydarian, like, what's his name? Watto from episode 1. So you get out. I think you guys are. Do you think that you would be the type to arrive a little early, arrive on, like, precisely on time?
You're not early or late.
Okay. That sounds like a man raised by a soldier. You don't want to have the sun catch you napping. So you are up and out. So you are precisely on time. He should be here or should be arriving anytime soon. After a about 5-minute wait, if you wish to do anything during that time, you're welcome to do so. What you see then is, first you hear it, the sound of the engines. As a kind of like a if you had like the body of a bird and removed wings altogether, a point at the end and a thick fat body that leads down to a tapered end, golden color as well, circles over the area and slowly lands. Spindly legs like little twigs come out, and this thing lands down. A long stairwell comes out of it, but not needing it whatsoever, comes flapping along a little Toydarian. This fellow is, everyone remembers what a Toydarian looks like, or do you want to see a picture?
I remember.
I do.
Is Watto representative of your average Toydarian, or is he an outlaw?
I think Watto may have let himself go a scooch.
Okay.
So...
Like Judging All Humanity by Tom Bosley, for example? Or...
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
So this guy comes out. He is still fairly, they are a fairly roundish species, but this one is more clean cut. Heka, this is someone you knew from the Rebellion, from 19 years ago. The time of this, I should say as well, too. I believe this is I don't know my notes. I think it's 23 years after. This is before the events of Force Awakens.
I can tell you what you said last time was 2 to 3 years before the Force Awakens.
Yes, precisely. So I think that's what is that in after Battle of Yavin?
ABY.
Yeah.
I think it's like 32 years or something like that.
So that's around where you are.
I'll double check.
Can you get that verified there, George, please?
Yeah.
I am. I should know it. But
I need to mark the Force Awakens on my calendar.
yes. So Force Awakens was 34 ABY.
Okay.
30. Okay, great. So it's 32.
Yeah.
So this is
now a lot of big questions will be opened up, never to be answered satisfactorily.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway,
Exactly.
go on.
So you, this is someone you have not seen for a very long time, Heka. And like you, he seems to have gone in a very different direction. But one thing that does remain reliable about this fellow is his as a source of information. This is one of the guys who kind of makes a living in the gap between, the Hutts and the Crimson Dawn and Kanji Club and the Guavian Death Gang. His name is Zetla. So he comes out and he stops when he sees Dosen and he shrugs. I thought we said bring nobody.
He's nobody.
You brought a clone trooper with you.
These are dark times, my friend. It's good to be prepared. And your choice of meeting places hasn't improved, I see.
As he's moving along, he's flopping, he's shaking his head. What does the world come to when you can't trust an old friend?
I trust you. The wider galaxy is a different question.
He looks at you, his kind of proboscis twitching a little bit. You trust me, eh? That's why you brought him with you? Well,
Yes. He'll keep us both safe.
Well, I'm gonna before either of us getting eaten alive here, why don't you tell me why you brought me here?
Well, your knack for finding out deeply hidden things is still, I hope, unparalleled. And I've heard dark rumors about a new threat arising, and I had hoped you would be able to tell me more.
You're asking about the First Order.
I knew I could count on you. Yes, I am.
Heka, you spent too much time at the Capitol. You've lost your touch with people out here. It ain't smart to be going around asking about the First Order. And at that, you hear kind of the sound of another engine coming in. Dosen, Heka, what do you do, if anything? If you look, why don't we do this? Why don't you get some dice rolling here?
Immediately draw my blast.
Why don't you give us a perception check? And actually, Corva, you can give us a perception check as well.
Perception. Cool. This is one of my highly sought after skills, not one of my highly developed skills.
It's an aspirational skill. Nat 20 for Dosen, though. Look at that. Okay.
Wasted on a perception check that we already succeeded on.
Okay, so Dosen.
So far, so good. So, Eric, I think we need your perception roll.
My perception roll, hang on, I just collapsed my character sheet. Same way I've collapsed my future. Hang on.
It's got dark quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, when the First Order's around,
Yeah.
18. Okay.
All right.
And also, I can re-roll perception, but that seems like a really good one.
No, yeah, well, you're actually. We'll come to you in just a moment. Dosen got the nat 20 here. Heka, this is pretty good as well too. So you can tell what you can tell. Heka is looking at Zetla. It's as much of a shock. The sound of this is as much of a shock to him as it is to you. But Dosen, with a nat 20, you recognize the sound of that ship. And let me see if I can find what I'm looking for here. Oh, you know what I can do? Hold up. Nope, can't do that.
Trying to decide if I want to pump some Star Wars music into my hearing aids while we're playing, and if that'll be distracting. Hear it, and I will. And we'll just make
What the heck am I doing here?
So it is the distinctive sound of the lazy bantha. And you see this then fly overhead, and it circles around. And Zetla looks at you, Heka, and it's like, "What is this? Some kind of trick?"
I look over at Dosen and is that one of? Should we be concerned? Is that one of ours?
So you would know this as well. Sorry, I should have given context for you, David. This is the ship that Kiro has had since near the end of the rebellion.
I basically recognize the sound and start lowering my blaster.
Oh, yeah, if Heka recognizes the ship, then they're more friends, reinforcements, so to speak.
Oh, Heka. I really wish you hadn't done that. And at that, there's a huge explosion as your ship is blown to bits. Heka. And as you're landing, Kiro and Monda, you are on that ship. You're on that ship, yeah, at the end. So, guys, thanks so much for playing today.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was a great time. Hey, you know what? I spent about as much time in this session as I did in the last session.
Very true. Very true.
Nothing if not consistent.
So what happens,
everyone?
Kiro and Monda? Like you guys are pouting this down. I think Kiro, you maybe like spare a look at Monda. You're like, did we do that?
Yeah.
Because someone's ship just blew up. But what you can hear now, guys, is from the... Let me move these up here.
I think I turned to him and I immediately go, I swear I didn't touch anything.
Yeah. Can I perception check to see if I can figure out just what the hell happened?
Oh, I'm going to show you in just 1 second here. Yeah.
Okay.
So what you see is then racing, coming out from within the destroyed buildings, from other concealed places, guys.
Oh.
There are a host of First Order troopers, heavy stormtroopers, and one of the obnoxious young, space fascists who steps out and says, "Surrender! Lay down your arms! You are prisoners of the First Order!" And then, I'd like everyone to click on their token, because Corva, the reason you haven't rolled anything yet, you got here a day ago. You've been hiding in a sniping position of your choice.
Nice.
And you are ready to bring pain. So everyone click on your token and click on initiative. I can't remember if initiative is a... Oh, there we go. People have found it already. Perfect.
Yeah. It's top right.
Yeah, just remember to click on your token before you do so it'll populate the turn order.
All right. Hang on. Do I go to the bar token order?
The turn order is kind of like the rehabilitation place for First Order.
Got it.
I can unclick initiative as decimal. That's good to know.
You can which, sorry? Well, don't unclick it. But like the point of having that is so that it's tie breaking.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm sure this does nothing. Okay.
I mean, that's how I pilot, right?
A little bit. All right. Okay, so we got almost everyone except for the stormtroopers who didn't. Okay, let's see here. Corva, I'll populate there. Heka.
You roll it from the skill section, or is it roll it, but it's not adding it to the?
Oh, I think you roll for turn order. There's a separate. It's a skill. It's a little fucking confusing here, but I can take your rolls and add them in here though. So.
Mine went out automatically, I think. Even though I
guess there's two different places you can go to click it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it in your character sheet?
I clicked right above the grapple.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. And I rolled a nat 1 for the stormtroopers,
Yeah.
so.
Oh, I see. It is also in the skills list, so that's why there's two different.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I mean.
But just to be clear, for going forward, we should do the one above grapple because that's the one that gives you the decimal.
Yes, that's the one that gives decimal, and also that's one that populates in the
gotcha.
turn
Found
order.
it now, yeah.
That's good, but we got everyone in there
Can
now.
I-
Corva, what is? Oh, Corva, would you click on yours just once, please? I just want to see what your decimal point is.
Okay, so I'm on the initiative above the grapple.
Yep, click on your token, click on that, and then it should.
I'm clicking on it on the character sheet, but when I click on the token, I'm sorry. Now we've reached this point of like, all right,
So
I'm
you
trying.
click on the token first, and then click on that again, because
Yep.
what it does is it tells the character sheet what token to add that initiative to.
Oh, got it. Okay. Thing, initiative, submit. God, I feel like somebody's grandparents.
There.
All right, there we
Not
go.
at all. Every single one of us have gone through this before. So.
All right.
Yeah.
The amount of times we start a session when everyone's like, Kev, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
So you're in
I can't
good
see my own
company.
character.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait,
I can't feel
You
one
guys
half
can
of my
see
body,
stuff?
Kevin.
Yeah. I can pretty much see everything, Andrew, at this point.
Yeah.
Oh no!
All right. So it appears that there are about 13 stormtroopers and one officer of the First Order. A fresh-faced, punchable First Order
like-
officer.
Is this like Captain Dunning Kruger or something like that? Is he one of those guys?
He is. He's an
Okay.
internet reply guy.
Yeah.
That's what-
Right. And
All
Kev,
right.
the two stormtroopers that we see full-bodied, are they like squad leaders or something? Are they?
Those
did we-
are armed with light repeating blasters.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, the other ones
target
are
those
smaller
guys
ones.
first.
We're not going to bother with a battle mat on this, so you can picture they're sort of spread
Yeah.
out, and they're all about probably the same. Unless you guys close in, they're about the same distance as you guys are from them. That makes absolutely no sense. They're about the same distance from all of you guys. You can picture they come out of sort of the central structure for the thing is there's the blown up ship on one platform. There's the Toydarian's ship on the other platform, which he is going to be fleeing to immediately. And there is the Bantha, which is sort of kitty corner to it. Picture there's like four platforms, and the structure is in the middle. So there's lots of places you guys could hide behind or make your way through or make use of cover in. They're all coming out towards where Heka and Dosen are right now. Corva, where do you think you would have concealed yourself?
I think I would have concealed myself in a, perhaps either in or behind a tree. Looking at these places, a place with strong cover behind a tree and some foliage, with a clear view of both the buildings and the
Sure.
landing pad.
You would have had time to create kind of and also you're a Basie, so you could probably create like a hunter's blind type thing if you want. So you've got vantage from on top. So perfect. You got perfect vantage of everybody in here. And
Okay.
Kiro and Monda, you're on the ship right now. It'll probably take you one round to run off of it if you choose to. So.
I had a question about that, but I'll do when I ask you when I get to my turn.
Okay. So then, Heka, you are up first. What are you doing? You have I think it's a standard action and a swift action and a move, and you can trade any of the move or standard for a swift action.
I think, listening to Dosen's recommendation of needing a new ride, start heading towards the Bantha,
Okay.
and then get. Is it an action to get my rifle out? My carbine, or?
I think it's reasonable to think that you would have come out here with it sort of out.
In that case, as I move back, I get my carbine and I shoot Zetla.
Nice.
Clearly
Okay.
traitor to the cause and cannot be trusted after all. And didn't make the same mistake twice.
Okay, I know you haven't played Heka before, but you're nailing exactly who we're.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Go ahead and
That's
make an
awesome.
attack roll. Well, I think you can click on the weapon, maybe.
Yeah, there's an attack. It says the word attack as the button. Or, oh no, right next to it, there's the icon of the dice that should work.
It's on the
left
first
side.
page of the sheet.
First page, left-hand side, under attributes, then under defenses.
Oh, yeah.
Get to attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Okay. Now, stormtroopers. So that's not a great shot. This is the scene where Luke looks back at Han and Han just slowly shakes his head. No, kid. No.
Yeah.
So would you like to spend a force point? Oh, actually, a force point won't make it different. If you roll a 6 on your force point, it would that might be hit.
Yeah, in that case,
Hell
let's
yeah,
do it.
go ahead.
Go for it.
Oh, so close.
close.
Just shang, like right past him. Then it is Dosen's turn. What are you doing? Your ward is heading off in the direction of the bantha. It probably takes about 3 rounds to get across the various areas here and through stormtroopers at this point. What are you thinking?
I will follow my ward and I will shoot at the stormtrooper commander.
Okay. What do you think the first order officer?
First order officer, yeah.
Yeah. What mode is your weapon in?
It would be in blaster mode because wasn't in a sniping position or.
Go ahead.
Okay, so standard action to attack.
Yep. Oh man! You want to add a force point to that?
No, I was just trying to scare them.
Okay. All right, so that goes wide, and you can hear the he kind of winces. Kill them. Then it is Corva's turn. Reading Corva.
Yeah. Well, I am gonna.
Do I need to say I'm saving my swift action to protect in case?
Yeah, for your is that what you require for your thing? I can't remember.
I don't know if I have to say it ahead of time, but I'm basically saving my swift action in case Heka gets shot at and I can absorb or defend.
Oh, okay, yeah. That harm's way. Yeah, so you spend a swift action to shield her. So that's what you're. Yeah. So you go racing up, Secret Service style, and you sort of like pull her next to you so that you'll be blocking the way. Okay, Corva, what are you doing?
I'm going to take a shot at the space fascist, Lieutenant Dunning-Kruger. Now, I have, according to my character sheet and my race, one of the feats is that when I use a ranged weapon against targets at short, medium, or long range, the range category is considered 1 less. Is that something I need to...
Yes, so that means it's easier to hit. I'm going to add no modifiers for range for you with your sniper weapon.
Okay. All right.
And then I think... what a swift action does... you can spend 2 swift actions to ignore cover bonus, but this idiot is standing out wide in the open. He thought you guys would just surrender, so...
Yeah, I love these guys. They're the Empire makes them disposable. Everything the Empire does is disposable. So I'm gonna. What I think I just rolled. Oh, I got to click on my thingy, my guy again, don't I?
No. All you do is click on attack, and then it might prompt you for. There might be a pop up for a modifier.
Okay. Yep. Hang on as I close all the modifier windows. A lot of them have built up. Okay, here we go. And attack. Under
left-hand side.
Hyper Blaster ISO, input values, submit, no modifiers, submit.
Oh, man.
Oh, geez, we're all...
like a 2, a 3, and a 4. So if you spend a force point, and you guys are getting another force point in 9 minutes, you could roll click on that force point, it'll roll a d6 for you, and you can add that to the result. 14.
So that makes a 14?
Yes. Past his... are we missing anything from your modifiers? Because you only need 1 more to make that a hit.
Like, was there? I mean, do I get is it an aimed shot since I've been waiting there for so long? Because that gives me something.
Point blank shot, precise shot. No. Oh, so it's whizzes past his ear. Then anything else? You could have a move if you want as well.
Am I pretty much hidden?
You're pretty much hidden right now. Yeah, they're gonna. It'll be.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna stay right. I'm gonna stay where I am and just line up my next shot.
All right, Monda, what are you doing?
Second time.
Well, we've landed. We gotta get out. So I'll grab my blaster pistol, lace it up, belt it on, and punch the button to open up the hatch and start putting the land the. Oh my God, the ramp. That's what it's called. Put that down.
Okay. And Kuro.
How many? So my question was how much movement I needed
I think it'd be 3 actions.
Get down to the base of that ramp.
Yeah, spend your 2 actions running, and then that'll get you to out of the ship.
Okay, so I will do that. I'm gonna race down to the landing ramp. I can't remember if it's a swift action to draw my blaster.
I think it's swift, and then like quick draw gives you a free, doesn't it?
Oh, right. I have with quick draw. It's swift. It is swift. Yeah, instead of a move action. So yeah. So I will use my 2 moves and a swift action. And so I'm stationed at the base of the ramp and kind of using one of the like bracing, elements of the ramp to give myself like the sliver of cover.
Okay, perfect. All right, then we go to Stormtroopers. All right, so we got Dosen and Heka. So what the Stormtroopers do is gang up because they are cheating assholes. Let's see. Coordinated.
Cool.
Let's see here. Okay, so what we're going to do is have Sorry, I'm trying to find. What is it here? I remember how aid if it goes +1 or +2 in this game.
Aid?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just looking. Yeah, I think it's +1, but
cooperation. Here we go. DC 10 +2.
+2. Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah.
So the Stormtroopers then have. They're going to shoot in blocks of 3. 3, 3, 3. So 3 on Corva. No, Corva they can't see. 3 on Heka. So this will be. I'll roll in chat because that's been fun today. They have a +4, 6, 7, a +8 to hit. So this is the first one firing at you, Heka. A 13, I'm going to guess, is a miss.
That is a miss.
Okay, playing truly as Stormtroopers. Then I got 3 on you there, Dosen. 22, how's that? What's your reflex defense?
23.
Oh, nice. So, yeah, they're around you as well. They really need to get one more. And then I'll do one more on you, I think, Heka. They seem to be completely ignoring your contact. So that's a 25. Now, you're imposing your... How does your thing work there, Dave? Oh, harm's way. You just put it in chat.
Yeah, I just did.
Once per round, you may spend a swift action to shields. Okay. Yep, so it's against you. Hits your armor. So you will take 3d8 damage. So 15 damage. And I can't remember if your armor has any damage reduction, like with either your abilities or your other thing. I don't remember. So, Stormtroopers are blasting away at you guys. Swift actions are 1 for free, and then you can trade your movement action for a swift action. You can trade your standard action for a swift action as well. So, like, Corva could spend 2 actions aiming, ignore any cover penalties they get or cover benefits they get from being behind cover, and then use your standard action to blast them.
Okay.
And having been zinged by his ear, that's precisely what he's doing. He runs behind cover. Kill them all! And then we've got the heavy ones. Let's do a heavy blaster at Kiro.
Okay.
As you're running down here. So it happens when your name's on the tin. And
That's right.
Let's see here. Okay, actually, I got an even better thing. All right, so I'm just going to fill it up with blaster fire. I think we can just have 2 of them cover you guys. Because the way that auto fire works in this is basically like does a brick of damage. All right, here, auto fire. Okay. Yes, okay, so here we go. So I rolled this, and I'm comparing this to both Kiro and Monda's reflex.
Okay.
How does a 20 compare to your reflex defense?
That does hit me. I have a 20.
Where I have lost it.
Left-hand side under defenses.
Reflex.
Okay, there you go. 20.
You guys each take, let's see here. So, Kiro, you take, let's see here, 15 points of damage, and Monda, you take 13 points of damage. Keep an eye on these numbers.
Man.
If they go over your damage threshold, you will go down in the condition chart as well.
That was one off from hitting my threshold.
Okay.
Yeah. I almost used the destiny point just then.
I've got one more. Let's do one round of auto fire on you guys once again, because you're the ones who have the ship. So here we go. A 5, I'm guessing, does not hit either of you.
Nope.
No.
So you've run out, and there's just all this crazy blaster fires coming out. Then we're going to hit Heka and Dosen with this last one. 13, I take it, doesn't hit either of you.
Nope.
Okay, so you can picture there's just these red blaster bolts going all over the place. The heavy troopers are just rattling away with their light repeating blasters. And Kiro and Monda, you seem to be getting a very warm welcome here.
Yeah.
The top of the round is Heka. What are you doing, Heka?
I will continue heading towards the Bantha and way off, and I will, as a swift action,
Yep.
I will sort of project my voice and use my Born Leader talent
Nice.
and say, just sort of shout a brief, we need to get off here. We're clearly on the right trail. Take him out and give everyone a +1 insight bonus to attack rolls,
Nice.
as long as they can see me and I remain conscious and alive.
So everyone gets +1 to hit now. And then as your standard action?
I will try and shoot their smug fascist leader.
Okay, sounds good. Take this. You guys, the dice are
I will
not
force point that.
Heck yeah, because that's very, very, very close.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Speaking of which, everyone gets a force point as well.
Oh, awesome.
So that is a hit. What does it look like as this smug Nazi dies?
I think that's having shouted out to my companions, turning, and I was as an afterthought, I just put my carbine in his direction and sort of look him in the eyes and then just pull the trigger and his head just vaporizes.
His headless body falls into the bog. Then it is Dosen's turn. What are you doing, Dosen?
I will continue to follow Heka, use my swift action to shield her, and I will fire at one of the heavy troopers.
Go ahead.
Pew, pew, pew.
Come on. I would check.
And is it just put a 1 in there, or do we put a +1?
No, 1. If you put a plus sign in, then the universe folds in on itself.
Breaks.
Yeah, exactly. Close, Dave.
Close. You want to spend a force point? There we go. That's a hit. Swang. Go. Not quite down yet. But you did hit him. Then it is Corva's turn. What are you doing, Corva?
All right, I'm gonna take a shot at the one who's wounded.
Okay.
Now here's the thing: as I'm reading over the thing, I have a feat which gives me use a ranged weapon against a target at short, medium, long range. The range category is considered 1 less. Then I also have on my sniper blaster rifle, I've got a bipod, which sounds strange, but it's true. And so means aiming is only 1 swift action instead of 2. I also have a targeting scope. It says, was I aim, I reduce the range by 1 category. So it sounds like I'm reducing the range by 2 categories.
Yep, so which will bring it down to point blank, in which case you get +1 to hit.
All right, cool. Well, let's roll that. And should I add on my little attack roll here a miscellaneous +1?
Here's what, to decide who you're going at, because that +1, if we had been aware of that last time, you would have hit. I'll let you do double damage on a hit. with this
Okay.
one.
Ooh.
So if you do want to hit
alright.
someone
Nice.
other than the injured
Yeah,
dude,
I'll go with the other heavily armed guy.
Okay.
Or is there only one? Okay,
there's
I'm looking at the
3
heavily
of them
armed.
actually. I'll make it easier.
Yeah.
Hide them all over.
Aha.
Here we go.
All right. So we're going with the heavily armed guy who looks a little bit too pristine.
Okay.
So we'll do that. And miscellaneous add 1. Roll this. Okay, submit.
So that is a hit. And
Cool.
11 multiplied 22. What does it look like as this one goes down?
Nice.
I managed to shoot because I just aim. I'm waiting for him to lift, and then immediately he tips his head up, and I see that little black triangle underneath where his neck is exposed, and I just go, and I blows out the back of his head, which you can't see, but you do see a shower of sparks going out the back because that's how everything explodes in Star Wars. Before he just sort of spirals backwards,
Flushing into the bog.
Around.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Awesome.
Manda, what are you doing?
So I'm sitting at the ramp of the bantha.
Yeah, you
and
just
I
come off the
see-
band right, and you're like, what? There's all these
What's going on here, guys?
stormtroopers.
Kiro, are you sure you got the right place?
You may remember you've got a astromech droid called named Rattle as well.
Rattle. Yeah. I was
So
gonna
Rattle
ask
sort of like
if I
begins
have
coming down
Rattle.
with you. All the blaster fire hits, and it's kind of like woo, turns and runs back in the ship.
Yeah, I'll turn around and go, coward. All right, so I imagine I see Heka and Dozen like running towards me.
Yeah.
This is a dumb question. Do I they just started
What
running towards
is
me?
Star
Do I
Wars?
know them? Am I cool with this? Do I recognize them, or am I
Oh
expecting
yeah,
them
yeah,
to be
yeah. Like
running?
Dosen, you've served alongside him for a long time.
Okay.
And
I just don't
Heka
want to.
as
I
well.
want to make sure that I'm
Yeah.
because if not, it would be a damn shame if a blaster shot would go that way, wouldn't it? I'll take out my blaster pistol. I'm holding on to the hydraulics and such. I'll gesture for them to come in quick, and I'll hold and ready a shot in case one of the. No. Screw that. I'm going to shoot at these damn fascists. Why the hell would I?
I'm going to see
First time in Star Wars, huh?
I'm just thinking. I got.
Hold on, guys. The stormtroopers might mean well. 1 sec.
No. I do better at close range is all.
Sure.
With I have a special ability for that, so I thought
okay.
maybe I should hold off.
all
But it's
do.
fine. I'm gonna shoot my heavy blaster pistol at one of the random stormtroopers.
You got it. Pow.
Everyone's easier to shoot at close range.
Right, we do have +1, right? We do have +1.
Smart ass soldier.
You do +1, yeah.
Yes.
And we're just add a 1, not a plus sign.
Yeah.
Oh. You want to spend a force point?
Do it.
Yeah, we got him.
Okay.
Good.
15. Which were you shooting at? Was it the
The rank and file regular guys.
It hits the armor, but does not seem to. Yeah.
I told you I do better at closer range.
I'm much better up close. Kiro, what are you doing?
Wanda, your aim hasn't improved.
Can I ask
So we
you a
got-
quick question? Really quick.
Dave, the
do we
pistol
get one
slowly,
Wilhelm
slightly
scream?
just
One
towards
Wilhelm
those-
scream per encounter, or is it per game?
There is 2, I believe, in Jedi in the same encounter, so we're free to let loose with whatever we
all
want.
right. All right.
Ben Burt, this
Okay,
one's for
I'm
you.
All right.
All right, so just by my count, we're in the second round of the 3 rounds of movement that Dosen and Heka need to reach the Lazy Bantha. Is that
Yes. Yeah.
okay?
So they're getting
So
closer.
they're about halfway there. At
And
this point.
you would be aware, Corva, he's hidden out there somewhere. You
Yeah.
can't see him, but he's out there. So you're gonna have to collect him at some point too.
Okay, cool. So I turned to Manda as he's like, taking shots. I'm like, why is there always a party when we arrive? And then I will I'm going to take a shot at what is the range to? I want to shoot this guy who's been damaged already.
It's probably medium range, so no modifiers.
So yeah, and I count then as short if it makes a difference because of my far shot ability.
Okay.
And I'm gonna blast him with a heavy blaster.
Hold on. If they're hold on, I can't remember what range. Hold on, where's my protocol
I
droid
want to
screen
say
here?
it's like
Here we go.
the 0, -2, -5 thing, but I can't remember what the range.
Yeah, I'm just checking the range.
But we have to run for 3 rounds.
To reach the lazy bantha. So, but you're on round 2 running.
Right. So how far are they from the lazy bantha? They were surrounding us initially.
Point Blank is actually like quite large for some of these things. It's like, so I think you can assume you guys are at Point Blank. Short is -2,
great.
medium is -5, long is -10.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Would
yeah.
+1 have made any difference in my attack?
It
last
would
roll?
have been exactly what you wanted. Which were you firing at? One of the heavy troopers or the regular stormtroopers?
Just the regular stormtroopers. Because I have point blank shot.
Yep, so that would have hit. Okay,
awesome.
and then...
So then it also
Kira,
would
this
have
is point
been,
blank range then.
Okay, great. So I'm adding 2, 1 for the point blank and 1 for Heka.
Okay.
Here we go.
That is a
16.
hit. And was it regular stormtrooper or that? Oh, you said the
It
injured
was this guy here. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
One, take him out.
So you got clipped by Dosen, and then you, and he's down.
And so I want to use a. I can't use a swift action to do that. But I just yell out, Gorva,
Yeah.
wherever you are, come back out here. I'm just screaming. I don't have my. I don't have an action to take my on that.
Oh, Basie, we are leaving.
In fact, I'm gonna say it. I'm saying that in Ubazi.
Oh, right, because you speak Basie.
I speak Ubazi.
How many stormtroopers are left?
There are
Well,
8?
2, 4, 6, 8. Yep. Not
9
8,
with
9.
a heavy trooper.
Oh, fine. I could have taken them. All right. I know how to go with the group.
Okay.
How far am I running in term? If I pack up out of my.
I imagine,
out of my
13th Warrior style, you set up a zip line to be able to, kind of get down to the platform at your earliest opportunity.
All right.
Probably if you spend a standard action to get yourself onto it and then a move action sliding down, you'll be near or close to where Heka and Dosen are.
Unfortunately,
All right,
the Stormtroopers get to go first.
Yeah, Star Wars, Stormtroopers get to go here. So we've got, let's see, 3. Oh, you guys are taking away my chances to hit here. All right, so let's do the heavy Stormtrooper on, here we go. Heavy Stormtrooper on Kiro and Monda.
Okay.
You are going nowhere. Seems to have jammed. It's not very good in the moisture.
And he seems all talk.
Then we've got, let's see here, we'll do 3 troopers on Heka, which will be Dosen by proxy here. So
Dosen by proxy.
I'm guessing that hits.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, 3d8. Dosen taking another 13 points of damage. Then we've got 3 on... let's do on Dosen. Hold on. 20 plus 8. 21? Is that just your reflexes, or is that...
My reflex is 23.
23, so it's a miss.
Wow.
Fantastic. That trooper armor.
Nice.
And
I
then...
had 9 from my armor.
That's amazing. Okay, then the last one is going to be only shooting on his own. Let's go after Monda. 14 is a miss, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. That is it for the Stormtroopers. Heka, you're up next. What are you doing?
Continue and make it to the ramp of the Bantha.
Yep. You get over there. Kiro pulls you up onto the ramp. You still have a standard and a swift.
For my standard action, see other swift actions. No, I can save this for later. I'll shoot one of the normal standard troopers.
Okay, we go. This is the exciting part of the fight where I've lost track of which one is my initiative tracker too. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
that is 1 off.
There you go then.
Nice.
Okay. Yep. And I'll bet you it's this guy. Let's see. Nope. It's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
As soon as they go, that's not really like the morale rule should be. Is once I erase the one that is tracking the initiative, the enemies have to run away.
Yeah,
That's good.
Okay.
Morale
Dosen.
check. Dosen hits the brakes and
turns and does a full round attack on the heavy trooper.
Nice. So what is this one?
So using his blaster, it's a -2. Wait, where's that full round attack? Get another. I was just looking at it.
Oh, okay.
Full attack.
So the way that this game models extra attacks is it's a feat chain to get access.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I don't. I just do it. I'll just actually do what I did the last 2 rounds. I run and shoot. Bam.
Hold on. Let's see if you've got what. You may have a feat that can do something fun.
I don't have. I'm not using 2 weapons, and I don't think it's a double weapon.
No, you can switch mode into being auto fire, but I mean, in which case you could hit multiple targets. It would be just like mine. You'd roll it, and you'd apply the attack to everyone in the area, and then if everyone you hit, you roll damage separately for them.
Oh, okay. Let's do the auto fire then.
Okay, so it'll be a swift action to change
awesome.
firing mode, and I'll say you can hit all 4. I mean, they've been firing in groups of 3, so there's like a group of 3 stormtroopers, group of 3 stormtroopers, and then 1 lone guy left.
Okay, so swift action will be to switch to auto fire.
Yep.
And then I will attack. +1.
So this is -5, I believe, at as a penalty. So it'd be your regular attack roll -4 because you've also got the bonus from Heka.
Yeah. Oh, terrible. That's all right. I'm just providing covering fire. You guys don't know that.
Suppressing fire.
What my intent was.
Yeah.
My intent was
Exactly. I planned that. Okay. Then it is Corva's turn. What are you doing, Corva?
So to get down there, I'm going to have to spend an action getting on the wire, and then a move action to take the wire down, basically.
Yep.
And I'm assuming there's no attacks of any kind I can do while I'm doing that.
Not. Unless,
I mean, I've got.
do you have an unarmed attack on your character sheet?
I have an unarmed attack. I do have a knife attack.
Why don't you roll that for the attack? Let's see if you can kick one of these guys into the swamp.
All right.
This is our first Wilhelm scream.
Trying to shoot it,
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's no exploding barrels on this thing I could shoot at it on the way down.
I think you're probably your hands are occupied with sliding down, maybe.
All right. No, I love the knife attack. He's gonna try to knife him just as he lands.
Okay.
By the way, before he gets on the thing, he does a little mental calculation and I could have taken out 5 of these guys before they even figured out where I was. For Corva Coleman, we're on the battlefield. I'm Corva Coleman, chickening out. Okay, so grab the gun, get on the thing, move down. And I'm assuming as I zip point towards one of those guys, let's do a knife attack.
Here we go.
You still get that. You get +1.
I get a +1? All right.
Yeah.
We'll have the
From
+1.
Heka, yeah.
Okay, one more time, kids. One more time. Close that window. Cancel. Okay. Here we go. And
Come on.
bingo.
Yes.
Nice.
Wow. Down he goes. Let's see. Not that one. All right.
Not a lot of damage. Yeah, but I hope I knocked him over.
He's out of the way. All right, and you are 1 movement away from the lazy bantha. Monda, what are you doing?
All right.
I'm gonna try. Well, yeah, I'm gonna try again. I'll target one of the heavier guys, and this time
Okay.
I will not forget that I have point blank shot.
So +2 to hit.
So +2. Nope. Come on. Why is it not? There we go.
Okay, that is 1 off. You guys are
Oh my
just
God.
ahead. If you want to spend a force point, you can turn that into a hit, though.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
No way.
1.
Are you kidding me? Roll 20.
Wow, it's like a truculent child.
It still worked. Worked.
That was enough, I assume. Or
No, you hit him, but not enough to take him down, though. It knocks him back a little bit. Kuro, what are you doing?
So right now, basically, near me is Mondo, Heka, basically Dozen. He's like right there, and Corva now has arrived.
Corva is still actually 1 movement away.
Everyone was like,
Yeah.
so I say like, I'm done dancing with these bucket heads. I'm gonna go start that ship up. And so,
Okay.
like, I'm heading back in to start getting
There's
ready
also
to pilot us
moving
off.
out of the way of the forthcoming area attack.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, Stormtrooper time. All right, so I get Monda and Heka are here because Kiro has run inside the ship. You guys got this. So this is an area attack against Monda and Heka. A 6 is probably not going to do it. I have 3 Stormtroopers to shoot at Dosen.
I knew you guys were going to be fine. I didn't just,
So actually, that is a 25. So that would be a hit because I forgot to add the others in.
Yep.
11 points of damage. And
Okay.
then the last 3 will shoot at Corva.
Okay.
Because you suddenly
3 of
arrive
them?
in here. Plus
Yeah.
8. All right. 26.
That's probably gonna hit. So am I going reflex defense?
Against your
Is that what I'm
reflex
going?
defense, yeah.
correct.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. You take... Oh, no, wrong thing. Hold on. Wrong thing. I'm rolling 3d9s.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty intense.
There we go. 12 damage.
All right.
All right. So a couple blaster bolts zip past you. Nothing critical as of yet. Heka, what are you doing?
I'll try and clear out some of these, especially I think I'll aim for the big trooper now, the one with the area effect gun.
Okay. So
to get
no
him out of the
modifier.
way. Yeah.
If you get point blank shot, you get +1 to hit. Does everyone? Is that another page that was only? I could only read that one. So everyone got it. That's a hit, and that's enough to take him
I'm
down.
happy you gave it to everybody. Yes.
Shwang! Another one down. You still have a swift and a move if you like.
I'll move up the ram and into the actual ship and see if is there some crates stacked that I could take cover behind.
What you see is there is a medical droid that is there. That kind of like it's a shock to see you. Dosen, what are you doing?
Dosen is going to move toward the ramp again, and then he's going to auto fire.
Okay, so -5 to the attack roll. Come on, big money this time. Okay, clear out some stormtroopers.
Oh no! I think time to
You
go
ran
inside.
out of ammo, so you're gonna have to spend a round reloading.
Oh.
First things we're doing is ammo discipline for our next expedition. Corva, you're up next. What are you doing? Oh, how much damage did you take last time?
I took 12 points.
Okay, so if you click on your token, the red bar will hop up, and you can put
right.
-12 on that, and that'll track it back to your character sheet for you.
Oh, I put it in my character sheet. Will it track it back to my token?
It should.
Yeah, it's been working that way for me.
Because I
Yeah,
can't actually
okay.
do it from the token. I can only do
I
it
can't-
from the character sheet.
I can't either. Yeah.
Yeah.
My token
But
will
it
work
does.
on
But it does
character
work from the character sheet to
Yeah.
the token. So that's
And
fine.
my character
okay.
sheet got pushed up high enough on the top that I can no longer like close it. And so,
That's a new thing.
yeah. But
just
anyway,
move-
yeah, I took
yeah.
12, and it's on my sheet. The thing is
Okay.
on my sheet. So I'm down to
Perfect.
32 out of 44. All I can do is make a run inside the ship if I'm at the place. I mean,
Yep, you absolutely can do that. You can get onto the ship, and with
I'm
two.
just gonna get on the ship.
Yep, so you're up and inside. And likewise, too, you also startle a medical droid.
Like,
And-
does it make sense for me to try to like set up my little sniper rifle to shoot back down the ramp on the next round, or are we?
You have to see, I guess, where everyone is. Dosen is still needs to get up the ramp, and Monda needs to run up the ramp. But Monda, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still on the ramp. I'll still take more shots to provide. We need to get everybody up here yet, so I know I
I'm
can
the only one
scramble.
left, and I'm wearing heavy armor.
All right. I mean, I kind of figured that I'm at the top of the ramp, but I guess that wouldn't have made sense. I would have had to have gone down to be able to shoot. So yeah, I'll make my way up to the top of the ramp.
I love the idea of squatting down and peeking your eye out.
Yeah. I'm clearly not doing anything. I'm not doing much of anything effective with my damn pistol anyway. So I'll go back to the bridge.
Okay, so you race back to the bridge. Kiro, you're finishing arriving there.
Yeah, so I hop into the pilot's chair and I want to start powering up the ship.
Yep.
I don't know how many actions that will take.
I think you probably left the engine running because
That's what I would think.
yeah. As soon as you arrived, a ship blew up. So you know.
So I'm gonna call back on the comm to Monda. Is everybody on board?
You can answer, Monda.
Okay. I'll say no. We got Dosen still got to come up.
Okay.
Tell him to get on up.
We have
I'm working on it.
So this will be against Dosen.
Yep.
27. Eesh.
Okay. Yep.
Yikes.
20 plus. Oh, hold on. What? I'm not going way more damage than I'm supposed to. 14 damage, Dosen. And then this last one will go against Monda. You can have partial cover. I'll give you a +2 to your reflex defense. Because you were trying to keep, if you were trying to keep it closer to the top of the ramp, that would give you a little bit of cover. And that probably not that much though.
Nope, not enough.
Okay. So you take 12 points of damage.
Okay.
All right.
Surprisingly accurate stormtroopers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just got to make comment on that. Whoever trained them did a good job.
They're following Kenobi's description of it, not the actual performance in the film.
Yeah.
Right.
So there are still 6 stormtroopers left, and it sounds like there may be more coming in. Heka, you are up in here, and there is this strange medical droid that is on the ship.
Have I seen it before, or is it news to me?
Never, no. And you've not seen it in Kuro's context either.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty good at treat injury, so I'm definitely intrigued by it. But I think the stormtroopers are #1 priority, so I'll take another pot shot at one of them.
Okay. I think you've moved. I didn't actually shoot at you. I'm not sure you've got line of sight.
To find a ship.
Yeah, because you ran up into the ship. So, Dosen?
Dosen will go up the ramp and take a second wind.
Oh, okay, nice.
Nice.
So, and second wind grants you what?
You get quarter your hit points back.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Good. 47.
All right. So you get up there.
But just so everybody knows, you can only do that one time per day, and you have to be at least at half of your hit points or less to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually can do it twice, but you know.
Then Korva.
You're cool.
I'm in. I mean, I'm just unless I can take a pot shot down that ramp, which based on the angle doesn't sound like I can.
You do know that there are guns on this ship.
Oh, I'm going to run straight to one of those guns. I don't know what my skills are on using ship gun.
I think you use. Let's see here. Let's see. The Lazy Bantha already has.
Yeah, it says make an attack with a vehicular weapon on your under gunner standard actions in the Starship Combat sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got a sheet for the Lazy Bantha that has everyone in different shots here or different roles, and I think there's Monda in there. We can swap. What do you call it? Gunner, the top turret for Korva here.
Yeah,
Korva
that's
in
right.
there.
Yep.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, Gunner's still here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you've run up and you've got the top turret is ready to fire. And
All right.
I'll be for next round. You got yourself in position this round.
Okay, I'm ready to go. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there still may be more first order forces here. Monda.
Really? I mean, I think that this would have really done it. You know, this is
This is what I'm worried about.
So you've
So,
run up to the
like,
cockpit as well.
The planet.
yeah. So I made my
ship.
way to the cockpit, take the co-pilot seat, I guess.
Okay.
Does this give me access to any of the ship's weapons, or am I literally just helping pilot? I'm helping Kuro pilot this thing.
You might want to keep this thing together. Take a look at. There is a handout in here that I posted. Oh, I didn't. Hold up. Let me get this up for you. Add from library. Brary, where are you? Here we go.
Oh, yeah. We could probably close the ramp from the cockpit.
There we go. So you got everybody. This is Here are the rules. They are the PDF that is posted to Discord as well, but these are the summary of Starship combat in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So if you're the pilot, it tells you what you can do. Next page is the, let's see here.
Co-pilot.
If you're the co-pilot, what you can
There we
do.
go.
If you're the gunner, what you can do. If you're the system operator, what you can do. If you're the engineer, what you can do. So decide what spot,
Okay.
what role you want to take.
I'm already.
Yes, I mean, as I said, I sat down in a co-pilot seat, so
Okay.
I'll plotting an astrojet.
So this is one of the things where
right now.
you're going to have to take a look at the rules because
Yeah.
it's not. There is a fun sub game that involves this, but you can't just kind of like narratively describe what you want to do. You have to sort of pick what action you want to take.
Okay.
So as a co-pilot, for instance, you can aid another. You can take a DC 10 piloted check to add plus 2 to Kuro's checks.
Yeah, like it seems that right now there's only really the one option that makes sense is to aid.
But remember, you
Kiro
have a
and his
big
stuff.
mechanic bonus as well, and that's where things
Yeah.
like being an engineer, an engineering swift action by rerouting power, that's to improve, to repair. System operator, raising or lowering shields, recharging shields, calculate an astrogation route.
Right.
Actually, get us out of here.
Yeah, and there's an option of doing that it normally takes a while, but if you can make a DC 20 use computer check, you can calculate it in one round.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That might make sense for me to do. So, computer check. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'll try that.
Okay, so you can hop down and go ahead and give us a use computer check, please.
DC 30. Woo.
DC
Or
20.
the DC 20. DC 20.
Don't we have an
You
astromech?
can do it.
Why is it that? I can't close. There we go.
Oh, you want force point it?
Force. Yeah, of course I
Yeah,
do.
come on.
Okay.
Oh, you kidding me?
So
Roll 20.
he opens it up. No problem. I got that. Who cleared this
got
thing?
this.
And you hear from the
Oh
back
my
rattles like,
God.
woo!
And the
And
astromech's
that's
like,
not. And hold on, my skill focused mechanics does not come into play here, does it?
No.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so. Thought
Okay.
it's worth a try. Yeah,
All right,
worth a try.
Kiro, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm just, what are you doing?
I don't
We
know.
gotta
I'm
get out
just-
of here. And I'm just looking around to see where more first order are coming from. I just feel like I don't know that they're coming. I just feel that they're going to come.
Yeah.
Based on previous experience. So I checked that everybody's on board, which it sounds like they are.
Yep.
So if there is a way for me to close the ramp, I will do
Sure.
that.
So, like swift action, hit that button.
Right. And then I will start to pilot the ship, and I'm going to try to go into the atmosphere, ultimately heading for space.
So the ship takes up. I'm just going to get rid of these stormtroopers. They keep firing at you, but it is futile. So you take off and begin zipping over to this landscape. Now, I think isn't initiative for ships by ship?
Yes, I believe that's correct. Counter.
Yeah, initiative check for each vehicle. So let me
Yeah,
clear
and
this stuff out of here.
But I can use my piloting skill instead. Is in I think in the PDF
Yeah.
here.
I think we've already got that on the initiative.
Yeah, you can use your pilot skill instead of initiative skill.
Beautiful.
Yeah, which is great. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
pilot-
bad at that.
So go ahead and give us I think I've set it up in here's the lazy bantha guys.
To already have it.
Yep.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll
So
your initiative for the bantha,
there it
and then let
comes.
me find. Okay. Oh, I'll bet you I directed you wrong.
I think. Well,
Yeah, go. That's okay. I can put you in 17. There we go. And then you hear, let me get rid of the background here, that distinctive whine of twin ion engines.
So do I feel like this was well? No, okay. I'm not gonna. I have a thing I can do, but I'm not gonna do it right now. Sorry.
What are you thinking?
No, I have ability that I can add my class level as a bonus once per day.
Let me show you how they do for initiative first, and then I'll. Okay, so it's the one on the far right is the one. Yeah, my initiative scores today not been great, and I think because of the size of the ships, I believe they get a penalty to it on top of this. So basically, what I'm saying is that I'll be acting, I guess, next Tuesday. Initiative. Oh, +7 actually. It's not bad. So I got a 10, which means you're actually acting first.
Okay, great.
So, Corva is in one spot for gunnery. Dosen, am I correct thinking you're going to run to the other one?
Yep, that's what I was going to do.
Okay. So then I'll put Dosen in there. Your attack modifier might be higher than Dosen. What is your bonus to hit? Let's see here. +5.
You asking me, Corva?
Sorry, no, for Dosen.
Oh,
Base attack? My BAB is 5.
It's 5, okay. Okay, so we got 5. And it's 3. All right, here we go. So you're set up in there for one of the gunners. So is Corva. Hecka, where do you think you're heading here?
I imagine systems operator. She's quite decent with
brilliant.
computers.
Yeah, you know what? And we got her set up on that as well. Yeah, your use computer is pretty good. She pushes Monda out of the way. Get out of my way. All right, guys. So then, Kuro, you're up first. What actions are you all taking on the starship? Oh, you're either muted, George?
I'm muted.
Yeah, okay.
I'm muted. My objective is to. Which direction are they coming at us from? They're coming from behind, or from the side?
I think so. Yeah.
From behind. Okay. So my objective really is to try to get out of here. I don't really want to have to engage with these things.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is fight defensively.
Nice.
As is my standard action. So you and all gunners on your vehicle take a -5 penalty on your attack rolls, but your vehicle gains +2 dodge bonus to its reflex defense until the start of next turn. However, because I'm trained in the pilot skill, it's a +5 dodge bonus.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah. So you are...
Sorry, guys, I'm giving you penalties, but I just want to get us out of here.
Okay. Wow. I'll leave that guy down the corner here. So I'll not erase the wrong tie here. Okay. So that's what Kuro's doing. Fighting defensively. What about anyone else have in their respective roles? Gunners, you can shoot some TIE fighters if you like.
I'm going to take a shot at a TIE fighter, although, I mean, I'm going to get a minus because I don't have a necessary skill.
Proficiency?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Before you do...
Yes.
Hecka will do the aid another systems operator to make your guns fire slightly better.
Right.
Because I was going to ask you, should I aid your guns fire better? Because do you have like the gunnery or heavy weapons skill? Because I could lend my 2 to you.
Dosen has heavy weapons.
All right. I think it makes sense for me to lend my 2 to Dosen, which is aid another. I can grant +2 bonus on other character's attack roll by making an attack roll against a reflex defense of 10. Okay. And so basically, because I'm, a stealthy guy, I think I can say, all right, you want it a little to the left, take that one there, come up, he's coming up, he's going to slow down right about there and go. So which roll do I top turn?
You should be rolling on then. Let's see here.
I'm on the Bantha sheet.
Yeah, let me think here.
All right.
Okay, so Corva. So the penalty will be, and what is the untrained penalty? Is it -4 or -5?
I think it's minus nothing if you're a newbie.
Sounds about right. Let's see here. One of the nice things about the game is it usually gives the information at the bottom, but what the penalty is here. Attack with a ranged weapon, vehicle weapon. Here we go. For Pete's sake. You know, it's one of those things where I assumed that I'd remember more about them. Like, yeah, it's pretty much same as before. Nope.
The aiding another is a +2 bonus.
Yeah, and then weapon proficiency. I'm looking for what the non-proficient penalty is. What proficiency? -5. So basically, let's do this here. Corva. Okay, you're good to go on your attack.
All right, there we go. All right, roll. Submit.
Nice. Okay.
Nice. So you get a +2.
Okay.
But you effectively at a -3 instead of a -5.
Because of your.
But Dawson has heavy.
Yeah.
If he has
Because you're
heavy,
maneuvering.
No, Eric, I'm causing a -5 penalty because I'm fighting defensively.
Oh, right.
As I pilot the ship.
Okay.
You're bouncing around as you
spinning like a maniac. Yep.
Star Skimmer flying like a maniac.
And Hecka, you're going to be aiding
Yes.
Dawson, so go ahead and give us your computers check.
Is that a 17?
Yep. So I'll give you
That's another
+2.
+2.
+2. So is that? Oh, you include the -3. It's a 19. That is a hit.
Nice.
Look at this.
Awesome.
Oh, you got DR10. Okay. So that is one hit on one of them. And then, Monda, what are you doing?
I'm gonna continue to try to help Kira. I'm of the same mind. We got a GTFO, so if I can try a computer check again.
Hecka has pushed you out of that position. She is the systems operator now.
Oh, I thought I didn't realize
yeah,
we were in the same
co-pilot.
chair.
The co-pilot also has the option of astrogation too. So could he then?
Oh,
roll
yes,
the
then, yeah,
co-pilot?
absolutely.
that's-
If you want to try and
yeah,
calculate that to make the jump to hyperspace?
Yeah. I didn't think I had left my co-pilot position. Okay.
There's a mechanics thing you can do to breach shields.
Yeah,
but
the shields
we're
aren't
not.
up right now.
Oh.
And the
I
Banthas...
can raise him as a swift action as a systems operator.
Oh, okay, so shields are up?
Yeah, if that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Then I'll do the astrogension because there's no repairs that we need to do just yet. I'm sure that skill will be coming handy very soon. But
Yeah.
Go and give us a used computer against DC 20. Come on. There you go. All right, so now you just need to get clear of the atmosphere. I'm sure that won't be a problem. All right, so then the TIE fighters. We're going to shoot at the ship here. Okay. Are they going to aid? Are they going to team up? What do we think here? What is the reflexes of the Bantha?
Reflexes are 19.
19, okay. Yeah, I may need to team up here.
Who's the other gunner?
There we go. Let's...
Corva and you are the two.
Hey, Corva, don't forget to aim.
Oh, that's awesome. I did not know you could do this. If you hit up multiple times, it'll scroll through the various things you last typed in. I just did it by accident. I tapped twice. I was like, darn. So I rolled a D damage last time and the D20 before that. So that's amazing. I didn't know you could do that in Roll20.
Oh yeah, I use that all the time.
Why didn't no one tell me?
My finger. Oh yeah, sorry. I guess because you're always running the game, so you're rolling live usually.
Yeah, it's just true. It's true. All right, okay, so then let's try one. So one of us is going to try and shoot at you. This is against 19. That misses. So the other one's going to aid. Does not aid. Last one shot, 19. Miss as well. Oh, God dang. They are shooting like TIE pilots.
Yeah.
All right, back to the Bantha. What are you guys doing?
I'm just again I'm trying to make for space, so I'm just going to continue moving forward. This time, based on now what I've seen about what these pilots can do, I'm not going to do a fight defensively.
You're one of those assholes who's tapping his brake lights.
Exactly. Yeah, just to mess with them. And now that they think I'm probably going to do it again, I won't. And that way, our gunners will have their full attack value. But I have some other cool things I can do as a reaction if something goes wrong. So that is what I will do. Just move as fast as I can.
Okay. Okay, move.
There's not really a roll. Yeah.
Increase speed. This is what allows you to go beyond its normal limits.
Maybe I will do that because I am trained. So and it's only a swift action, so that's cool. Sure, let me make my
all move is 4 times your speed. Anna says it's bullshit, but
yeah, she's not done.
Like Yahoo or something like that. Is that when you make us go faster? Do you go woohoo or something?
I think that's required. Yes.
That's like a requirement, I think.
Yeah, or you can say, now this is pod racing.
That classic line motivates so many.
You'll be at -4 for the rest of the game.
In fairness, it was a bold decision to make that kid drink NyQuil, for the entire shoot.
As long as you don't start sounding like Jeremy Clarkson talking about the number of the power of the engines as we're flying it.
All right, so I'm using my move and my standard to move and my swift to make this pilot check.
Okay,
to
here we
increase
go.
our speed. Oh, I am so close. So I'm going to spend a force point.
You got it.
All right. Go over to my character sheet to do so, but it's going to be automatic because I only need one. So
yeah, so this is really, I think maybe one more
and
round.
I only got one. What is going on?
I'm hearing weird. I'll be right back. I just want to see what those weird noises are.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And a banana's eating up something it's not supposed to be eating.
Yeah, I mean, you can see from the amount of damage that you did to that TIE fighter, it's going to take a while to actually destroy all 3 of them. So I just think we can just get the hell out of here.
Just choking on a ball as she was trying to bark at someone. Goof. All right, so then that was a pilot. What else are we doing? Are we shooting?
Yeah, someone aiding still, or
Yes.
I can aid. I can do the aid.
Okay.
I think my penalties will probably be higher if I actually try to shoot at them. So I'm just going to use my stealth and spotting skills, my scout skills to aid you by pointing out which one's the slowest, and that guy over there is the trouble. So we're going to make that roll.
Here we go.
And let's see what we got.
Yep.
Yes.
So plus 2.
We got a +2.
And
I was reading on ye old sheet that I could also aim twice.
plus 20. Oh, plus 20. Plus 4. It's a factor of 10 each time.
Wow.
That's amazing. Pretty sure that's +20. That's accurate.
All right. And sorry, what were you going to aim twice?
Yeah, it says I can 2 swift actions to aim,
Yep.
and then fire.
Go right ahead. Plus 4 to hit. You got. Make that count.
+4.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Jeez.
So explodes and bits of showering sparks fly out as the other 2 go flying through what remains of that one TIE.
And on the comm. And that's what happens when you're not bouncing us around.
And I like make sure the comma is off, and I look over to Monda. It's like, nah, he's not wrong.
Monda, I think you're the last one to act here. What do you want to do?
I mean, I've already calculated the route. There's no more guns to shoot, and the piloting's taken care of.
Monda, one swift action, another one. And move.
It works for me.
Okay. All right. So I got 2 ties to shoot here. Let's see.
What I will say is you can always just give me some aid on the piloting because I can get some reactions.
That's actually, yeah, that's true. I can just use the aid, and yeah, I'll do that. That's an easy thing to do.
So you got to.
So as soon as he lands back, there's this blaster bolt that flies past the ship. He's like, "Oh yeah, right them."
And so you have to make a piloting skill check against a DC of 10.
Yes,
Andrew,
DC
to
10
give you
check.
that +2.
Piloting skill check, DC 10. Come on.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
so plus
okay,
2.
great.
All right. So first shot. Oh, I should have aided. Wait.
So
is it
close.
not? I don't. It's not 19 anymore, is it?
It was higher before. It was a 24 before.
Oh,
19 is
okay.
its normal
Okay.
amount. Sorry, yes.
So then, what 2 narrow misses. Then,
All right.
and they're otherwise trying to keep pace with you. All right. So it'll be last round before you drop to hyperspace. You'll be out of atmosphere in a moment. What do you guys do in this round?
Just quick thing, it makes me feel like it'd be cool to have the version of Doom Pool for Star Wars.
Star Wars, yes. I had
This game, you
Wayne
have
asked-
your force points.
Either today or yesterday. I don't know when I got the notification for it too about the 2D20 Star Wars again.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
All right.
Yeah, but that was fun too. But okay. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just trying to get us into to the point where we can go to hyperspace.
Okay.
Are you going to be there in one turn, basically?
Yeah, it's the last
At
round.
the end of this.
Okay, at the end of this round, we'll be ready to go. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm doing. I'm just moving.
All right. I'm gonna aid. I don't think it makes any sense for me to lay down fire that's probably going to miss.
That is why they put 20s on these dice, though.
I was gonna say you might as well take a shot.
You know what? All right. Yeah. You know what? Take the shot.
Somebody aid you first.
Oh yeah. Is there
that's
something
a good
wants
idea.
to aid me?
Yep, I can aid you. I can
Okay, so Hecka,
supercharge
give
your
us
gun instead.
Awesome.
nice.
Nice.
+4, so +2.
+2. So
Yeah.
right now I'm at -5. Let's take that down to -3, I guess.
Yep, perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to prompt you
right.
for a modifier as well too. Every time you attack, it's like a filing your taxes.
Oh, I don't. It's, what? I just get more tired of it. Well, I mean, what do you
Exactly. Declare your residence.
All right, here we go again. Yes, you know my residence, my social security. All right, so do I get any other modifiers? So it's a -5 because I don't have the skill, but it's a +2 for that. Is there any other modifiers? I need
No
to
other
know about?
modifiers.
All right, let's roll that. What scuzz that mole?
Here we go. Big money.
And submit.
Come on. Oh, that is.
Now-
That's only 4 off. If you want to spend a force point.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a force point.
Come
Awesome.
on.
Yeah, I'm spending a force point.
Let's see.
Come on, force point. And
Oh, so close. So.
just shake my head. I should have done better. I know exactly how I should have done it. I led him by about 8 extra inches, and I should have just.
Why is the sights on this thing? I'd blame who's the one who's maintaining this damn
When's
thing.
the last time this
Yeah.
was lined up?
And then I go, Corva, your comm is on.
I know.
Dosen, what do you like to do?
I'll take a shot.
Okay.
I'm going to aim and then take a shot.
Okay. Let's see. Come on. You're 1 off.
Nice.
There you go. It's pinwheeling as it's going along, smoke trailing behind. And then. Oh yeah, here's where the ties really shine.
I need another shot to take it out.
Here we go. This is against the Bantha. There we go.
Okay. So, I as a reaction,
Yep.
once per round, when I'm piloting, I can negate a weapon hit with a successful pilot check against a DC equal to the result of the attack roll.
Okay, so
I
piloting
need
is-
to 23, but I'm getting aid from my co-pilot.
Yes, that's true. Yep. There we go.
I'm at
Power
a
check is +2.
So let's see if we can do it.
Come on. Yeah. Easy. All right. And then the second one.
That's it as well. I can't negate it. Anything comes around.
All right, then.
Nice.
But heck, I got the sensors up. I mean, the deflectors up, so...
Yep. And then I believe the way shields work is every time they take damage, they go down by 5, right? They reduce it equal to the amount of the shield, and the shield rating goes down by 5, and the engineer can,
sounds right.
or systems op can refresh it, if I remember. I think.
Yeah, for every attack that penetrates, the shield rating goes down by 5.
Got it. Okay. So then, damage for this is 600. Holy shit. Just kidding.
That's a lot.
Not cool, man.
Ooh, I should. This is actually it is a. Here you go. Turns to. Let's see if this works. That does not work. Oh wait, hold on. 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh fuck it. 108 damage.
Wow.
To us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that's to us.
Yeah, no, not to you individually, to the ship. 10, 20. Oh my
maybe
god.
It's to some other ship. Like they shot it. All right, well, fine.
Okay, it is so it's 108 damage minus 30 from the shields. Brings it down to 78.
78.
This is where we need our
Holy shit,
shields back up.
that goes over your threshold as well.
Yikes.
Does the ship have its own damage reduction?
The ship does have a DR, yeah. So that would reduce it by... What is the DR of the ship?
That's what I'm looking for, too. 15. It's 15.
15, okay, which... just barely pushes it below the threshold.
Oh, that's amazing.
So 63 damage is what you take.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Holy hell.
Oh.
Okay, so...
honest, I was kind of hoping that damage would become a plot point. I was really kind of hoping this would be really great.
And so the shields are at 0 then?
No, shields go down by
they're
5.
Right.
Yeah, so 25.
Right.
And that was a solid hit. Things starting to spark in here. But what does it look like as you guys jump to hyperspace?
I just yell into the comm, everybody hold on. And then...
And off you guys go. All right, let me clear the tokens.
I was
here.
expecting to like run into a Star Destroyer or something.
Yeah.
I've used that trick already.
Do we get to cut through a shot of an Imperial officer looking humiliated at this point?
That idiot, it was probably some other guys in the swamp looking down at the headless guy. Commander, they've escaped to hyperspace. And he just, his eyes narrow. Fucking Jeremy. Okay. Then we cut to, guys, the interior of the Lazy Bantha. So, I know it says Dauntless there, but paying you no heed to that.
Yeah, I didn't steal the ship. I keep telling you.
Yeah, I've noticed that the word Dauntless has been painted over.
No, that's...
Bantha,
I was going to change it to Dauntless, and yeah.
Here, I'll do this to keep everyone, so you can actually read the map here. All right, so then everyone, you sort of like, put this into autopilot or the Star Wars equivalent thereof, and you guys are able to meet back up in the common room, which I think is, where is it here? Lounge is number 7, right in here.
Yeah.
So you're all coming down from, the gunner from the top, gunner from the bottom, the pilot, co-pilot, and the sensor operator. You guys all walk in, and there is this droid that's in here too. And he looks at you, Kiro. What do you remember from our last session, George?
I have all our notes, but I don't have something about the droid.
So the droid happened right at the end. This was part of the deal that was struck with the
yes,
Kanji
yes.
Club.
Razu can force us to take this droid with us, who's from the Kanji Club, who's the sub-lieutenant in the Kanji Club. So he's got blue shadow virus, a vial of blue shadow virus inside him, if I remember correctly.
There's one on the ship, and then you guys are
it's attached to the ship.
Yeah, so what you are... as I didn't say this in the outro, or in the intro, the crawl, because I didn't want to have, I felt like having note references or footnotes in the thing would have broken the spirit of it. But what it is you're traveling to one of the Guavian Death Gang's headquarters. It was Harrow Point Station, a station located on the edge on the what is it called? The accretion disk.
The event horizon. The accretion disk.
Yeah, where all the debris is around a black hole. It originally was used to harvest super dense elements from the black hole, but has been turned over to the perfect, hiding point for this. And this is where that Given's wife is, who's also on board her, Credit D. So this is a Given.
Yeah. Well, and he's no longer with us.
All right.
I think he is with you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, he never got off the...
That's what I had from the... Yeah.
Well, that's just a given.
You left him at...
No. I agree with Andrew. He was on the ship with us.
Yeah, so he's in the ship, and there is a... Yeah. I lost it.
Yeah, I watched the episode like 3 days ago or something like that, but I think he was still with you when you left.
Yeah.
I did too.
Okay, so you've got him on here. What you may recall from it as well is that the reason he's here is because he apparently is the guy who set up Palpatine's Whisper Web. And the Whisper Web was a way of listening in, basically, in on transponder when ships drop out of hyperspace and their transponders link in with the the overall navigation network. It registers it so they can track where people are going. It was destroyed during the Clone War before Palpatine came out, but as he pushed out, he set all that shit up once again. This guy is the one who can give access to it, and if you can get access to that information, that may help you figure out what's going on with the First Order. But in order to do that, this guy needs you to rescue his wife from the Guavian Death Gang. And the Kanji Club only agreed to do this if you put this biological weapon on Harrow Point Station and use it to murder the Kanji Club, or the Guavian Death Gang. This is basically far too many post-its on some MMO adventure designer's board.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna no more fucking post-its.
Every time I hear the name Kanji Club, I assume it's just like this junior high group that meets to do like Japanese ink painting or something.
Well, they have things that look both like a dog and also like a sausage that just... Razu Kinfi is the... Kanji Club are former people who were in servitude to the Hutts before, so they're a virulently anti-Hutt gang, and they are opposed to the Guavian Death Gang. It's bizarre, cybernetically altered guys. These are all people who are picking up power, who have sort of carved out space in the underworld in the after the collapse of the Hutts. So,
and if we don't actually connect with Harrow Point Station, the vial that's attached, or the device attached to our ship, will release the vial inside of our ship. So that's great.
That's a dick move.
It had nothing to do with Kiro or bounties on his head. That had nothing to do with any of this.
Right. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And I just I don't even know if my species can narrow their eyes, but if we can, I would.
Well, it's a good thing I've got a filter mask on all the time. So.
And we're constantly saying, "What are you saying? What did you say, Cora?"
Do we have spacesuits? I'm already planning for disaster here. Do we have spacesuits in case that happens? Because we can all just get in spacesuits and open all the airlocks and suck all the air out and then fuck their virus. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I hear you. I do not think that we have access to pretty much anything because
Okay.
Lando Calrissian, who sort of set us on this mission in the first place, has not provided us with all the means we need for success.
I think actually you mean set us up on this mission.
Set us up, unbeknownst to us.
Yeah.
We discovered we were on a mission.
Yeah, I've got a
this
little
specific
side
nature,
mission
only at a later
set up
point.
for Lando Calrissian after this mission is done.
That is so Lando.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
exactly. So we have so basically just so everybody knows the exact objective, we got to get to Harrow Point Station at the edge of this black hole. We have to do two things. One, we got to get this canister of the Blue Shadow virus into the air vents, essentially. The other is to rescue the Gibbons' wife. I think her name is Dee. And if I remember correctly, no, Vopa Dee. And if we can do that, she is a genius who knows about the Whisper Network. And between her and her husband, they can help the resistance against the First Order.
Cool.
And if we fail, we all die. So I'm trying to avoid that thing.
So,
Kiro,
I had a question for you. Kind of borrowing from the last video, but yeah, you agreed to this. You agreed to take the vial. You said you gave me that look. You know, the look you give me when you tell me you have a plan. I'm eagerly waiting to hear what your plan is for us to avoid having to do this.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up. You know,
in front of everybody. You know.
Yeah, no, my plan is to come up with something to prevent anything bad from happening.
That doesn't really sound much like a plan.
Well, sounds like a plan to make your plan.
Yeah.
So the medical
Still
droid.
a plan, though.
I've
Technically,
been in tons of meetings where that's the theme, and that
The medical
that's-
droid looks at you, Kiro, and says, "You said that they would assist with this."
Oh no! Everybody's assisting. Don't worry. It'll be fine. And I'm like doing the everybody cut that off while the droid is here. Like I turn away from the droid and I'm like, but what I do say that is true is that look, nobody loves the Guavian Death Gang. So if they're not around anymore, that's not a bad thing.
Are we sure everybody on Harrow Point Station is Death Gang? Do we really know that? We know they have this person's wife. Who else do they have prisoner there? You gonna kill all these prisoners too? Look, I'm a thief. I don't make any qualms about that, but I'm no murderer of innocence.
You make an excellent
the people
point.
I
You may have to
murder have
rescue
really
more
pissed
than
me
one
off.
person.
Hey, yeah, I only kill bad people. Is there a way to shut down this medical droid? I mean, I'm assuming he's booby trapped, but like, could we try?
The droid. Hold on. Let's see here. First, I want to. Someone had asked about healing, so I'm just trying to find the.
Oh, sorry.
bonus
Yeah, we're
for
getting
it.
ahead of ourselves.
Well, and I in response to what Amanda's bringing up, it's a good point. Yeah, you're right. You know what we'll need to do? Somebody's gonna have to try to slice into their system and see if there's anybody else being held that's not part of the Guavian Death Gang, and we may have to rescue them too.
Okay. Everyone who is injured, which is everyone other than Heka, I guess, go ahead and give us a 1d20 plus 13 check, please.
1d20
Plus 13, yeah.
Oh,
Holy shit.
natural 20.
Nice.
Nice. Oh my god.
The force is with you.
Yeah.
It's our ship. I mean, it's
So,
the
what that
owner of
means,
Right, exactly.
Kiro, hold on, and there's another benefit that he has. Okay, so then let's see here. Corva, you heal 4 points from.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, 6. So you get 6 hit points back. Monda, you get 20 points back. Kiro, 20 points back.
Okay, that gets me back to full 2.
Mm-hmm. And Dosen, did you give us a 1d20 plus 13? Roll as well. 28. Nice. Okay, so that is 15 points back. So,
and have we also gained an additional force point at this?
You have. Yes, you have.
Time?
Yeah.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay.
Awesome. I know where this is going.
It's honestly the
We
most
need to have
efficient way
revenue.
to handle narrative metacurrency like that is just top of the hour, players will remind you. It's way better.
I think it's efficient. But also I think it was helpful when we especially learned the Conan 2D20 game we recently played, that it incentivizes us to use them.
Yes,
because
definitely.
we know in X amount of time where another one's coming along.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Not hoarding them.
Okay,
So-
so
I have a question. The
Yeah.
Guavian Death Gang, are they on a ship or on a base? Are they on a base of some kind?
they are the what do you call it? The Kanji Club had information about this. Let me show you. I believe this is the right map here.
Okay. That's
Yep.
right. It's a base in orbit around in the accretion disk of the black hole.
Yeah.
All right. As the
And-
stuff. Yes.
So just Eric, just so, one other thing that you would know and everybody would know is that it's to jump, make the hyperspace jump to the station, you have to be very far out because
Right.
of the secretion disk.
Right.
So but if you have specific information, you can make a close jump, like get in close, so they don't have as much time to spot us. So
And-
that was like the first part of the
Here's a rough idea of what the layout would be like as well.
Okay. So
For
we
if
have
there's any
to-
specific plans, we're going to abstract sort of distances. Well, we're probably going to use whatever. If you plan to deal with the Guavian Death Gang, we can figure what that kind of the structure of that's going to be. If you're planning on infiltrating, we can figure out what that is going to be as well. It's probably going to be a skill challenge type thing as opposed to, But you can feel free to incorporate any of the info from the that is helpful from the map here, or whatever else that you come up with. I guess the first thing is in response to the question about whether there are any innocents on Harrow Point Station. Why don't I think it's is it Underworld lore?
Could be.
Or knowledge? Here we go. That is
Lore. It's galactic lore.
Yeah, I think it's probably galactic lore. So you can get a galactic lore check.
I'll do a galactic lore check.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the thing you think, Corva, is, and this is maybe more of a, like, you're seeing it perhaps from a hunter perspective too, but do you really think this woman is the only person they've captured?
Right.
Good point.
And I'm going to make a check too, just because I've had, unfortunately, many dealings with these two gangs, just to see if I've heard about this.
Yeah, and likewise, if you want to have high value kidnap targets, this is a pretty stable location to keep them. You're either going to see people coming, or they're going to tear themselves apart trying to jump in from a short distance hyperspace thing. More ships would be tearing themselves apart, just trying to drop out of hyperspace in here because of the completely fucked up gravitic situation. And then in answer to your question, Monda, about this droid, well, you can assume that it is probably booby-trapped in some way, that if it doesn't shut down or whatnot.
Assuming.
But perhaps there's a way of figuring out what that booby trap is. You do have some people who are quite brilliant at mechanics. And I suppose the last thing, Kiro, you're the one with the most experience with this. And Heka, maybe this is even a darker situation or darker perspective. Do you really think they're not going to activate the virus on the ship once we place it on the station?
Yeah, they're gonna activate it immediately anyway.
So if you've got a vial on
Knox
here and a vial on the station, what's to force them to keep their end of the bargain? They hate Kiro, so
Yeah, I mean that's a little strong. I
I feel it's accurate.
Dating his wife, though.
Fair
right?
enough.
Kiro,
Just
lately,
five,
some
eh?
days, I'm not sure where I stand.
Just so that-
It's easy to despise you, Kiro, but
yeah.
some of us tolerate you like a friend.
Yeah.
Well, I
So,
appreciate
Eric,
it.
what were you trying to say?
I put aside all personal feelings whenever I'm within 100 meters of you. But so are they in control of the vials, or are we in control? Like, are they just waiting for us to place them and then they will like detonate them remotely? Because if there's one on our ship and we have one to put on their ship, am I getting that right?
Yep.
Because it seems like there's the person they don't want to die, which is the Given's wife. And it seems like she is our insurance card. She is our shield. That wherever she is, they're not going to set off the virus. So it seems like we plant that thing, and then they're not going to set it off on the base until we get her out, and then they're not going to set it off on our ship once she's on board our ship.
I'm not sure if they cared about her in particular. That really was the Resistance wanting her.
Okay.
However, the knowledge that she possesses is valuable. If they found out about her, they might want her, not for good reasons. So that could be a way of like trying to, if things all go wrong, not that we would hand her over, but just to say, hey, don't blow us up. We've got some valuable cargo here.
Right.
Just to save ourselves, give some extra time to figure something out if it comes to it. But in general, they don't even know that we haven't even let them know that she's a part of this.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that you guys have managed to keep from. They knew that the Guavian Death Gang had her. The Kanji Club knew that the Guavian Death Gang had her. The Guavian Death Gang, or the Kanji Club, made a deal with the Resistance to give the information of how to get there, and in exchange, they have to place this Blue Shadow virus to take out the Guavian Death Gang because they're rivals to Kanji Club.
All right. And they will they'll know it's on board from a distance or something and detonate it, or is it on a timer?
Probably this droid that's with you.
Okay,
That's probably why it's with you guys. Yeah, if it's just a bomb, one of you could easily do that, but they've sent this droid along with this information, or with the virus.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
And as for why they picked you up, Kiro came. Dosen is a regular member of Kiro's crew who just was helping out to keep Heka safe. It just works out that Heka happens, and Corva, you happen to have been thrown in with Kiro once again now.
Yeah.
Maybe like this rust bucket, Kiro, but is there a reason why we've not traded it in and leave the, your new passenger and the bucket somewhere on a deserted planet and get a different ship?
What's wrong with her? She's look, we just survived an attack by 3 TIE fighters. No problem. We're all still
Sparks
alive.
fly out.
Yeah, I just quickly put it out. Look, she's got a few little issues. She's a great ship. Can't leave her behind. She's been with me the longest of anybody I know.
And it's also probably the only ship you can afford.
I did hear that, and it's totally true.
That's all right. It gets us around.
Yeah.
So then, what is the plan here? You've got a droid with a bioweapon on it and attached to your ship. You've got a base on the edge of a black hole full of cybernetically enhanced killers, and you got a lady you need to save from this.
Do we find out from the droid where it needs to be in order for it to detonate? Like, because it's not just like get it into the airlock and it's going to blow off.
No, it's not a bomb either. It's something putting it into the air filtration system, so it'll distribute the virus throughout the thing.
So, I think Dosen tries to pull Kiro aside and says, "Is there a way we can check this ship out as soon as the droid's off? Like, it might not give us much time, but like we've got to find a way to neutralize that extra vial."
Well, my understanding is the droid won't leave the ship. or Kevin, is that right? We're supposed to take the vial onto the station. The droid is staying on our ship.
Yep.
Once we have relayed to the droid that we've placed the vial where it needs to be on the station, and ideally we're off the ship, he's gonna make sure in some transmission or something to cause that vial in the station to go off. And if we screw up or do something wrong, he's gonna do the same thing, but on this ship. So my understanding is he's not gonna leave the ship. He's been told / programmed not to leave the ship. That doesn't mean he can't leave the ship in some other way, but I like the idea of what Mondo brought up. Mondo brought up of trying to see if there was a way to do something about this droid, and we're doing this out of earshot of the of that droid.
Yeah, it seems to me we need to either hack the droid so it won't, or hack the vial. I mean, I'm assuming it's just a separate thing that's on some sort of control. We need to hack that so it doesn't go off on our ship. And there's another problem too of how we get on board this station, whether we arrive with some kind of pretense, or whether we just try to go pure stealth and try to sneak in without them. Like, I don't know how we sneak in without them noticing, but that's with a real.
Mondo,
I guess we have no spacesuit.
Why don't you give us a mechanics check, please?
Can do. I feel like maybe a force point should be used here. Yeah, we're gonna. Hey,
there you go.
Awesome.
So, if you were to wire something up like this, effectively like a dead man switch on a droid that would trigger something, there's two ways of doing it. One of the ways is to trigger something when they go down. It sends a signal and somehow it makes something go off. That's less reliable because if you just get destroyed before the signal goes off, then that's a problem. The other way to do it is have a regular signal that triggers when it terminates. And that is a more reliable way of preventing people from disabling your device, but it leaves it open to the possibility of duplicating that signal so you can shut down the original source.
Right.
Going out of range.
So we would, out of range.
Losing, oh no, I only have 6 bars on my bomb.
Yeah.
I gotta call my service provider and complain. I got all my booby traps keep blowing up all the time. So then we could find a way to try to identify. We'd first need to figure out what this signal is so that we can replicate it somehow. So there's, I think, those two kind of steps here. First, figure out what is the signal that, what's the nature of the signal that's going out the transponder, and then how do we duplicate that signal so that, and in the third part, how do we trigger the two of them at the same time so that there's no, so that they don't see any interruption in the one signal. Right? The electronic equivalent of Indy with the bag of sand and the object.
Yeah.
Perfect example to use because it ends with a giant boulder. So
we want a better result than that, though.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, definitely a better result than that one. Yes. But
that's a good idea.
He should have left that little bit of sand in the bag. Just saying.
And quick question: what is keeping the second? What is keeping the second vial on our ship? Is it that they say if we try to move it that they'll detonate it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there must be some sort of other sensor that that they'll know if it's detached.
Well, we just talked about that. Kev thinks there might be. Well, you think there might be a signal of some kind, perhaps.
Seems like
Sorry, I'm getting the two of them mixed up. Yeah. The
someone
one
with
on our
technology skill should maybe take a really good look at this, at the one that's on our ship. I mean, if we can at least disable that, then we don't have to worry about them killing us when this is all over or beforehand.
Yeah.
Skills.
Escort the droid to Area 9. And open up
Someone
the
puts
door
a
and-
microwave on in there. I think it kills the signal. Oh, God!
I'm just gonna make breakfast, guys.
So what are you thinking?
Good.
Well, that's a good question. Where is that vial on our ship placed? Is it on the outside of the ship?
Well, they haven't
how does
showed
it-
you. They've told you
Okay,
that it's
they-
here.
It has to be inside the ship, right? Like it's not explosive. Like it's got to be in the interior of the ship somewhere. So we could potentially try to search for it. It might be inside the droid.
Where are they trying to get us to put the first file?
Yeah.
Inside the
Air vents. So
air vents of the
maybe
station.
it's
Yeah,
somewhere near our air vent intake or something somewhere.
it could be. My suspicion is it's inside that droid, but it could have been already placed it's before we got back to the ship when we were dealing with the Contra Club.
Yeah. I mean,
So we can search.
it's also not lost on me. It's not the first time you and I have dealt with Contra Club. It's possible that they get a lot more pleasure out of fucking with you. There may not be a vial on our ship. They might want us to really think there is in order to make sure you never sleep well enough ever again. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure it's on here. But if it were me,
Yeah, it is a possibility. Then they would still keep that bounty on my head and force me to do something else.
it's a never-ending. For them, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Right.
Well, let's try to find it then.
Yeah, I like Dozen's idea.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you guys? I got two. There's two. I see there being two components to this. One of them is distracting the droid, so it doesn't know that you're doing that. The other one is actually finding this thing. How do you guys see that going?
Will the droid treat us medically at all?
Yeah.
Because
the healing checks you guys made, that was with the droid's bonus.
Okay, so we got that. The healing. The droid's already healed us.
This could have happened while you were being treated.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's treating us. Everyone else who's not being treated, or one at a time, whoever's not being treated can go about searching the ship, near the air vents or the other places where one thinks one might put this.
Yeah.
And we can make it look like we're doing repairs or something, because we took quite a hit. And by the way, we do need to do repairs.
Yeah, ship.
That's another story.
Yeah. I can help out with the.
Sparks fly out again.
Yeah, exactly.
I can help out with the repairs.
Can the droid help with repairs?
We have
Get it-
Rattle.
get it
and
doing
Rattle is probably helping us with a lot of the repairs.
Yeah.
Can we, too? Is there any way of searching the droid? I wonder if there's some way one of us could sabotage the droid in such a way that's like, oh, it looks like you're going to need to repair something, and we can see if there's a vial, if the thing is stuck on him somewhere too.
That's I think a future possibility, but I think there's some issues with trying to do it.
All right, so right now, search the ship and repair the ship, and we will distract the droid by having him treat us, is what it sounds like.
Okay. So then who would like to do the distraction part? Is probably going to be a deception
Okay.
check. Who's feeling quite deceitful?
My deception is not that high.
Deception.
As a politician and former senator, I might have picked up a thing or two. Making small talk at dreary parties. Not giving too much information away, so I'm happy. And I have some medical knowledge, so I'm happy to talk to the droid and draw on its medical background to talk like procedures and treatments and just sort of keep it engaged that way.
Yeah, why don't you give us...
Cool.
Yeah, we'll do a mid-session break in just a second here. Why don't you, Taka, give us a medicine check against DC 10, or treat injury check at DC 10, as it's called in this game. Okay.
Nice.
So you get +2 to your deception check.
Awesome.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Pretty freaking good. All right. So you have this thing. It's full attention. Why don't you take a mid-session break? Everyone can think about how their character is going to be sort of scattering in the ship to figure out where they're going to look or whatnot. And then we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So for those listening at home, we'll be back momentarily. Alrighty. Let's quickly take a look at healing while we're waiting here. See if any further assistance can be offered to our injured heroes. Okay.
I have 2 med packs on me, but I don't remember what they do.
Med packs are used for first aid, but they can only be used once in a 24-hour period.
Trying to look up whether a destiny point will give you an automatic critical on a skill check, not just an attack roll.
Oh, good point. I would rule that yes.
Okay, because that may come in very handy.
Yeah, destiny points would be quite helpful here. And this is... Here we go.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think I'd roll in that too.
Cool.
Yeah, if you can get in that 20. Anna says hi to everyone. Hi, sweetie. Come on.
Hi, Anna.
Hey, Goober. You think Star Wars is pretty fun, but you know what's even more fun is dropping the ball underneath the place where Dad has to go get it. Especially when it's covered in snow. It's awesome. Hey, we got this stupid little, like, a series of 3 steps at this one place, and it's got slots on both of them. And without fail, that's where she goes to play with the ball. Oh, I can't have it. Oh, I can have it back. Oh, I can't have it. I can have it back. And then it eventually gets jammed in somewhere where she has to come and get help. Hey? She also realized she can roll the ball underneath the barbecue. And, like, the barbecue's all snowed in right now. So it's like, God damn it. Such a pain in the ass moving this thing. Fun game, though. Okay.
Yeah.
We are all back. All right, so then, guys, we have Heka distracting the droid right now, the blue shadow droid. What do you guys wish to do? Who wants to take their action first? Hi.
I will. And I am going to...
Yeah.
I'm not an engineer, but I know ships pretty well. I've known my way around a ship. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to use my stealth skill to try to figure out if someone was going to try to be sneaky about hiding this in a way that could both camouflaged and effective, where that might be, and that's what I am going to search
Excellent.
for.
So just for because I know Andrew has been picking up Saga Edition stuff too, and George, I think you've been grabbing some stuff as well.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I love Galaxy of Intrigue is because it has not only 3 tiers of different difficulties for skill checks, it has 5 for each challenge level. So what you can do is, in Corvus' case, because Corvus is using an unconventional skill in the same way, keep it the same level for difficulty, but I'll just move it over 1 or 2 columns because it's just not...
I've got perception too, and I'm looking at it. Oh, my perception's higher. Maybe I should use that. But I just wondering if I can use this stealth thing. However you want to modify it as the.
Yeah, here's what I think is that you know what, I'll let you. Here's the added benefit of using that is you have sort of, it would be that moment of like you're looking around a place and then you just kind of feel like it's in that vent, you know, and you'll be able to access it without making it obvious. Whereas if you're doing perception, that's more of a like picking up stuff and looking around. So there is an added benefit for the risk of rolling as the higher number.
Got it.
That makes sense?
Okay.
Yep. So then the difficulty for this is going to be a 19.
Ooh, all right. And I'm rolling against stealth here, not perception.
Against stealth, yeah.
All right, and no modifiers, so we're just going to submit that.
Go. So I will tell you where it is, and you can fill in the narration as to how you stumbled across this. So in this medical bay here, it also happens to go into, where's engineering? Oh yeah, there's the engine. So right near here is where the crew quarters are, and in here there is a vent that just happens to have. There's an uptick vent up here that then kind of runs it and circulates throughout the entire ship.
Got it.
That is precisely where they have have set it, and there's also a like you beat the target number by 11. You can see where the switch, not only where the vial is, but also where the, like, you know, if someone was trying to do precisely what you were thinking and pull the panel out, how it would activate it immediately.
Ah, okay. So basically, you know, Corva's sitting there pretending to be waiting in line for medical treatment.
Yep.
While casually looking around the thing, and then it says, "Is it cold in here? I'm sorry." Walks up, looks at the vent, and after catching it in the corner of his eye, making the excuse to get up, and goes, huh? Casually sits back down, and I take a look over at Heka and just sort of do the equivalent of laying the finger on the side of my filter mask as a signal that I spotted it.
Okay.
So I'll wait my turn, and then when I'm out of here, I can tell everybody else where it is.
Okay. So that information has been passed along. Who, Dosen, Monda, or Kiro?
Well, I think we should, take advantage of the continued distraction of each of us being medically treated to try to then do something about the situation. This is not, as you all know, my area of expertise in particular is dealing with these kinds of things. So I don't know if one of you feels like you have a better ability to diffuse the trigger, or I don't even.
Yeah, I mean, mechanics is my focus, and my fast repair feat or my quick fix feat for the ship isn't necessarily most applicable here, but combined, the idea being that, you know, I'm good with my hands. This is probably a skill that I can help with here.
We probably just get the medical droid out of the medical bay, and maybe one of us could pretend to be hurt in the crew quarters. Just wants them to come treat them there, and then while they're gone, I don't know.
The problem with pretending to be injured is that droid's going to figure out you're not injured in about 2 seconds as soon as they start inspecting you, right?
I can injure you.
Seriously, who's still down hit points? Dozem is down.
Dosen pulls out his vibroblade and I can give you an injury right away. Like, totally be an accident.
I rewatched The Nice Guys, I think like last weekend or the weekend before. So like Dosen's grabs, just when you see the medical droid, tell them you got a radial fracture in your left wrist. Wait, no.
Such I don't want to sidetrack, but such a fucking good movie.
Oh yeah,
such a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can be doing this while people are being treated, so there is a distraction currently happening. It's just
for those who want to draw on the astromech droid. That's what Rattle has. Plus 13 to mechanics, plus 13 to use computer. He can aid another.
That's so much better than I am.
Maybe you can aid him.
Yeah, I'll aid Rattle.
And what if it recognizes that it's been deactivated, and we need to get rid of the droid? Is there a way to lure it to the ramp and give it a toss up into space?
Well, I think if we do that, they're going to be alerted to the fact that we've done it. So while they won't be able to detonate the blue shadow virus, if we've just taken care of that already, they're going to come after us. I don't know how long it will take them to get here.
Isn't that sort of the standard operating for you though, Kiro? Like,
yeah.
So
I'm just pointing out.
Or have a death sentence.
You're basically saying nothing's changed and this is status quo.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about it later. People complaining that I didn't bring this up ahead of time and I wasn't well aware.
I'll just say
outside of this station, outside the black hole, like that's only going to create more crazy ass cover for us to get that hostage out of there. Like, I'm sure if they turn up, like the station's going to start shooting at them, and they're, whatever situation we're in will probably fall down their list of priorities. So it's just putting that up there. But I'm saying if they turn up, it's actually kind of cool.
As somebody's trying to disable the one that's on the ship, what if I got my armor caught in something near the ramp, and it was injured, and I'm the distraction. So you get it to come over to me on the ramp, and as soon as you let me know on the comms that it's gone, I'm already I'm hooked up to the ship or something, so that I can't be jettisoned. But we'll just hit the button on the ramp and watch that droid go flying.
It's an interesting idea, but counterpoint. If they're capable of putting some sort of transmission device on the trigger mechanism for the canister that we would have to mimic and copy, why would they not be able to also put some sort of transmission in the droid so that they would know if the droid would be able to communicate or something if its mission is jeopardized?
But if it's jettisoned out into space and they let it set it off, it's really not a concern.
For sure. I'm just saying the problem is, I think the droid needs to be the second problem. We need to deal with the trigger on the mechanism first.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
We need while you're dealing with the one in the medical room. I'll be the distraction to get the droid out of the medical room and into near the ramp. And then as soon as somebody says, "Yeah, medical room has been disabled,"
okay,
bam,
sorry,
we'll hit the ramp and jettison the droid.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, sorry, I misunderstood. Totally.
We also have to make sure the second vial that we're supposed to place in Howard Station is been thrown out into space as well, in case they detonate that one.
Yeah.
One thing,
exactly. And George can correct me on this if I'm wrong about it, but I don't think that like personal-sized communicators that can communicate across galactic space, that's not a thing in Star Wars, I don't think.
It's not. What I was thinking is that maybe somehow it's tied into the comm system on the ship.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And the ship, you know what I mean? And the ship could then send out some kind of signal.
Someone pull the modem cable out. What's...
Yeah.
Well, actually, we could disable our communications. Maybe somebody could jam our own communications.
I'm going to raise a hand and just suggest that maybe the droid is in charge of both of them because he's present. He's in the vicinity of all of those, and that I don't know if there is like a galactic, I don't know how far we can communicate with that radio. If I were putting this together in the most simplest way, I think I would put the droid in charge of detonating both of them. But and the guy
that's possible.
Yeah. So just throwing that out there.
No, I think that's very possible. Sorry,
I'm going to go injure myself at the ramp.
Okay.
Okay. So that to be clear, what we're saying then is droid is the key to it all. That's the risk, that we get rid of the droid. We don't do the other things.
No. We do the one in the medical first, and then
don't forget the problem with Andrew is that in order to do anything to deactivate that vial, the vial is in the medical room where the droid is currently, and we got to get that droid out of there so it doesn't see us.
Okay, yeah. No matter what, the droid needs to leave the room. Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
cool.
It could be as simple as like removing whatever the little micro explosive charge is that pops the thing open, but leaving the radio intact. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let me just say what the plan is out loud for Kevin, but for everybody in case I got anything wrong. One, Dozen's going to go injure himself by the landing ramp. Ideally, that means the droid's going to leave. Our Rattle and Manda together are going to work at trying to disable the vial that's here. We have possession of the second vial, is my understanding, so that we could go and place it. Is that how?
You have not been. You've been told you're going to do that. You don't know where that is yet.
Okay, so that's a problem. So that's where there's a problem with the plan. We may have to do this exact plan.
The droid did not bring anything. They didn't have carry-on when it came on the ship. So unless they've stored it somewhere on here, it must be on the droid itself.
So then that wouldn't matter so much as long as the droid gets jettisoned into space. Because it gets detonated into space, it doesn't matter. So continue with the plan. the one in the medical bay gets disabled, we immediately call Dozen and say it's done. Dozen then he frees himself and opens the hatch and lets the droid get flung out into space because he somehow is tied to the ship or whatever he's done to prevent himself from getting flung out into space. And then we hope that the second vial was in that droid. The backup plan could be I
don't know if the Y2 2400 has an airlock. I'm looking at the map here.
Can we not just vent the entire cargo area?
You absolutely can.
Yeah,
Which would be anything that we've got stored in there.
I mean, it's only only our guests' luggage.
The other thing, there is an escape pod.
Oh, we could send it out in the escape pod potentially.
I get my hand jammed in something,
and then you guys will do the responsible thing, which is if an escape pod goes away and there's no life signs in it, you blow it up anyway.
Hey, but here's the thing: I need help. I can injure myself and I can be the plant, but I don't want to do the talking because you don't want me trying to deceive anybody beside me.
Okay.
I can play damsel in distress. Going, oh, come quick! He's injured himself. There's so much blood.
Yes,
that's great. That's great. Okay, so instead, the idea then is to do it with the escape pod, right? Dave, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's amending the plan to incorporate that idea rather than the ramp. It's the escape pod.
Okay.
Do you want to just confirm with the droid that it has the second vial, before we do this?
Yeah, that's actually that's a great idea. It wouldn't be yeah. So I think maybe what I can do is just casually say to the droid, since the droid knows that I've been involved in this from the beginning. We're about to go to hyperspace and make the jump to Higher Point Station. Do you have the Blue Shadow virus vial? Because we're going to need it as soon as we get there.
Would you give us a deception check, please?
Okay. So.
Let's talk destiny points.
Well, I think things are going to get worse, so I'm saving my one destiny point. But I have another talent called Fool's Luck, so I can spend a force point to gain a +5 luck bonus on a skill check.
Okay.
In fact, it lasts for an entire encounter technically. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll make my deception with the +5 modifier. Here it goes.
29. Holy smokes. All right. So what is it you say to him? He sees perhaps you're going in and getting your treatment as well.
Yeah, actually, I'll do it while I'm getting treated. I'm like, ow, can you take it easy? Jeez.
There's been no administration of treatment.
Yeah, no, I knew that. It was this chair is just kind of pointy. I got to get that fixed.
Activating bedside manner subroutine. His hand kind of goes up there.
That's very nice of you. You're very wow. You're a good doctor. Thank you, droid. What is your? By the way, no one ever told us what your name was.
21B. You know that's his model.
Yes.
They didn't give him a name.
Yeah, I'm familiar with your whole line. While he's starting to actually perform medical procedures, I'm saying, "Oh, I just remembered. So once you're doing a great job. I had talked to everybody; they're all feeling great, and we're getting ready to carry out the mission that your bosses wanted us to do. So I'm just double checking everything. We're going to be there at Higher Point Station soon. Once we get there, it's going to be crazy. I mean, things are going to happen at light speed. So we're going to need to move fast. We need to know where everything is.
If you travel in light speed in that gravitic environment, you will suffer terminal shears on the ship.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We're accounting for that. That's my whole plan. The point of what I'm trying to say to you is that we got to be careful and we got to be prepared. So I've gone over the checklist with the rest of the crew. We're all ready to go. But I just remembered one important detail. We're gonna need the vial of the blue shadow virus. Is it ready to go? Do you have it? Like, we're gonna need it as soon as we get there.
He backs up, and I think you've just bamboozled him so much, and with that good of a roll, it just sort of the panel sort of slides to the side, and there's like a plexiglass casing inside, and within that is a second vial, very similar to what Corva spotted up in the thing. It will be prepared for administration. You can also see, Kiro, give us a mechanics check. Let's see if you can spot anything else.
Okay. So I'm assuming this is the same counter, so I can still get my okay, great.
Well, does that +5 to all skills?
Yes, +5 luck bonus on skill checks. Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
Great, because this is not my area of expertise. Here we. Oh no, actually, I'm not bad at this. Mm-hmm. But 32.
I think Kiro also suffers from a little bit of over modesty. 32, 29.
Well, no, it's pure luck. It is called fool's luck. I don't know what I'm doing.
So what you can tell is you have a perfect idea of exactly how everything is wired within there. The one opportunity you got by seeing everything in there, you can see the transmitter as well, and it's as Monda suspected. There's something that is constantly giving out a signal. Once it is down, then that should activate one or both of the devices.
Okay, great. All right, I'm going to take in all that information. I'm going to eventually relay that. But I say, great 2-1B. You're totally prepared. I knew we could count on you. Now, we done here? Am I okay now?
He sort of looks back. You appear uninjured.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right. You know what? You're totally right. You did an excellent job. I owed all of that to you. So we appreciate that. Thanks for your service. I'm not going to be back. I'll send in the next patient. Thanks again. I'm going to give you a tip.
To follow you around as you're kind of talking to him, his head is slowly like swiveling around, trying to follow you as you're talking and walking back and forth. And then he eventually leave. So,
yeah.
What do you convey to the rest, Kiro?
So I tell them exactly what I saw. You know, the fact that it is inside the droid. It is protected. You can't just reach in and grab it. There's plexiglass there, or glass steel, or whatever. I think it's glass steel. And the mechanisms by which it's A, protected, and B, the fact that it does have the transmission that Monda suspected was the case. So the good thing is that the second vial, we know where both vials are. So with the plan we had already discussed, if we throw that droid out into space, by the time it knows what's happening, it's going to be too late. It'll be not into space. I mean, in the escape pod into space. Right. I think we should fire on it. So somebody should be at the guns, ready to blow the thing away. Because we don't want to be coming along and finding this blue shadow virus, somebody else either. So we might as well destroy both
Monda,
of them.
You're actually a pretty good gunner. Because you do have both vehicle combat and you have the heavy weapons proficiency, so you don't suffer the -5 that Corva does.
Okay.
So maybe you could be up on the guns, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's doing the deactivating?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. It was going to be Rattle and
if
Monda.
you want me to do that after. Well, technically, Rattle's going to be doing the deactivating. I'm just helping Rattle.
Right. So if somebody else can aid Rattle, is anybody else good at mechanics? I'm not terrible at mechanics. So if no one else can do it, I can be the one to do that.
Okay.
To help out Rattle. And maybe Dosen, yeah. I think Dosen and Heka are over doing their part. And then Manda, you can be on the guns. I'll be with Rattle, and then Corva, you're the sort of utility player, maybe to deal with something if something goes wrong.
Yep. That works.
Okay. So then, how does this play out, guys? What's the for Heka and Dosen? How do you distract 2-1B?
Well, and right before we do that, let me bring up one other point. I think Kiro had realized another one thing. You know, we do have one other choice to make here. Do we want to do this here where we are, or once we get? Because we're not in the system yet.
No, we haven't.
We're going through hyperspace.
No.
So do we want to do this while we're traveling through hyperspace, or do we want to do it? Because you can't shoot an escape pod when you're if you eject an escape pod during hyperspace.
Yeah, we need to come out of hyperspace and then do it.
Yeah.
You need to recalculate the jump to get to Harrow Point anyway, just because it's a much more complicated endeavor than.
So maybe we finish this jump, we stop there, and then we do this plan.
Yeah.
And then we do the jump, we do the recalculations in the nav computer to get to Harrow Point Station.
Okay.
Yeah, plus good point on that is if we were to try to do this here and then go to Harrow Point Station, in addition to dealing with whatever we find there, if by chance, even if we get rid of the virus, if by some chance there's some sort of failsafe that Conjure Club somehow is able to determine that we've done this, by the time we get to Harrow Point Station, we may have more guests than we were anticipating. Right.
So yeah.
So do it there so that they have less time to get there if some, bullshit comes into play.
The only possible negative of that is if we're spotted by the Guavian Death Squad at Harrow Point Station if we're in their system, because we're doing a close jump. So I think what we could do is have the Navicomputer program to make that jump to light speed the second we blow the escape pod out of space.
Yep.
And then you're in the
once we jettison the pod, we've got a couple minutes. We don't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
I can run to one of the guns. Monda could be on a gun, and we can make sure we get it. It's not.
Yeah, and I'll run to the pilot seat, and Mono can be everybody get to their stations basically, and we can make the jump to light speed.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we're like caught in the middle of both of these gangs. So if we start shooting something in space near Guavian Death Gang, they might notice that.
Almost certainly they will.
Yeah, so maybe in that space that we're going to stop in before we, the midpoint space, whatever that is, we can carry out this plan and then finish and go to the jump, make the jump, and do the second part of that jump.
Do we need to jump close to the station if we're not actually going into the station?
Well, we are though, because we still need to rescue his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also the only reason we're not burning the droid to detonate that stuff on the station. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is because we're worried there's going to be other innocents on that station, and if we set that off, it'll kill all kinds of people that maybe didn't deserve it.
Right. And also what's been pointed out is the idea that it is Conjure Club. They might just detonate the one on our ship anyway. Right. After we carry out this plan for them. So
we've taken care of the first one on our ship. We've taken care of the one that was meant for us.
Well, we're going to. I think we're in this one procedure. We're gonna take care of both.
Yeah,
basically,
it's our destiny to get rid of both.
Yeah.
Okay. So
this is where destiny points might come into play.
What is it that Heka and Dosen say to get 2-1B to leave the medical bay?
Well, Dosen's gonna look around in the pod for like a strap or a lever or something that could be used or moved, and he's gonna have his arm under there, and he's gonna pull out his vibroblade, and he's gonna cut his own arm, like he's got his hand jammed in something and it's bleeding, and he's basically gonna force his hand in somewhere and then cut it so it's bleeding. And
so are you taking your armor off to do that then? I'm assuming you don't want to ruin your armor.
Doesn't cover his whole body, does it? You get like in between the glove or something, maybe. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah, I'll take some armor off. I'm doing menial work. It's not like
I was
a.
gonna say
you're
that
on
might
the
be
ship.
normal for you to do.
Yeah. Okay,
To
so
make it more
And I'm gonna get a
believable.
toolbox. Mondo, you're gonna have to give me a piece of crap toolbox or some tools you don't need because let me look like I'm doing something.
so let's
Here,
do
I'll
this.
give you Kuros.
I was
Dosen,
gonna say, mean that toolbox.
Dosen, why don't you give us a deception check, DC 10. This will be you aiding.
This is me aiding in the deception.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you don't do the heavy lifting yourself.
You can do it.
okay.
We got 4 force points. Oh, it's 3 o'clock.
Yep, there you go. Everyone gets a
Or
force
whatever
point.
time it is for everybody.
Yeah.
For everybody.
Oh, nice.
Can I
Okay.
use the force point just to make it a better success? Does it matter?
Not really, not yeah.
Okay.
Not unless it's like a critical success or a huge, huge
Okay, just checking.
degree. Okay, so what that means is a +2. What I would like Heka to do is to give us a medicine check. Let's see how convincing this injury is. And you're going to get +2 from Dosen's assistance. Okay, so does that include the +2?
Yes.
Okay, so
But
18.
I will happily spend a force point on this.
Sure, yeah, make it a little more challenging. 22
Nice.
is the DC then.
It's like you need to cut it open a little more. But okay.
Yeah, not enough blood. Sorry, this will hurt.
Okay, so you
So
got
can I
that.
take-
You've got yourself in a
take some injury
convincing
points?
place. You've got, what looks like a convincing injury. You have indeed injured yourself. What
Can
happens
I
next?
take some hit point loss or something like to make it legit?
Yeah, I'm assuming you did take some hit point loss. Let's see here. Heka, what is your? Here, let's do this here.
Let's take 5 hit points off.
5d6 and like
8 damage.
Oh,
Wow. Okay, this is a tough
a
one.
little bit farther than you want.
You're selling it. Okay.
Ow.
You see, you're like, no, you got to make it look better. Then she cuts a really deep. You're like, why? Oh,
Fuck, that hurts.
so you're bleeding.
Getting a thing.
And then Heka, why don't you give us a deception check, please? You get a +2 to this because of the situation you've set up.
Because you just gashed me?
I also realized I have skill-focused deception, but it wasn't ticked.
Oh,
I've ticked it, so this
Okay.
should be
nice.
oh,
Nice. Yep. Okay. So what is it you
that's
say?
full roll.
You want to re-roll that? That's only a 3.
Oof. Can't.
Yeah, I know.
That would have to be
Can't
a.
reroll. But I'll spend a force point on it.
Okay.
I think what I'll say is I'll try to make it believable so that come quick that there's been an accident, and I'll try to get obviously the point across that it's a sort of injury where moving the patient will make it worse or make him bleed out, like there's some sort of pressure
Yeah.
thing. So we need to get the doctor to the patient.
Yeah.
Can't just bring Dozen in here because it'll just
It's a
it'll
Star
just bleed
Wars
out on the
equivalent of a
way.
guy caught between train cars.
Yeah, when I'm the escape pod
We
door,
can't
yeah.
pull him apart, or his insides will fall out. All right, so yeah, he's stuck in there. Then whoever's watching carefully in there, Kiro, you will, I guess maybe if you're going to go and help Rattle, you see the 2-1B leaving and making his way over to the, like down this corridor here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then down towards the escape pod. What do you do?
Okay, Rattle. Let's see what you're made of.
Woo.
The
Rolls
rattle
in.
opens up all the compartments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not what you know what I mean. No, we gotta deactivate that.
Okay. So he
And,
rolls into there.
yeah.
A little bit of, the, what do you call it? The retro boosters that R2 suddenly had.
Exactly.
Up and onto there. Why
Yeah.
don't you give us your mechanics check to see what
Yeah.
DC 10?
Okay, I don't know if we're still in the same encounter where I spent my
Different encounter
points. Okay, great. That makes it easy. Here we go.
now. Come on. Yep. +2.
Okay, great.
So
Oh, there's a
that means
+2.
Rattle is rolling 1d20 plus 15 on this, and the difficulty is a 19.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Rattle.
Who's the force rattle?
Rolling it.
Come on, rattle.
Who's rolling rattle?
Rattle.
No one's
Oh.
rolling.
No one's
I thought-
rolling.
No one
rattle.
wants to blame.
I don't want to.
Rolling rattle.
This is the roll that kills the party, and it's a non-playing character doing the roll.
I know.
The destiny point. Why do we do this? What?
Yeah, we probably should have done it the other way around.
Where is?
I don't see him in the
There's a
character.
1d20 plus 15.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Who's okay? George is gonna do it. That's good.
Yeah,
It's all in-
I think I should do it since
blame
I.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Okay.
18.
Plus 15, not 5.
Oh, plus 15. Yeah. So that's 28 actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah. Oh my God, I was like, how did that happen?
Come on, George. You're killing us.
I just wanted to like keep the suspense going for one more second.
So, with careful application of his tool, the mechanism that was to trigger the thing, it pulls open, and you can see the device in there. He does a little bit of more fiddling with his, probes and whatnot, and then brings out between two rubber tongs the vial of blue shadow virus.
Okay.
And
So
as you're going to grab it, he pretends to drop it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very funny, Rattle.
That restraining bolt's coming back on.
Yeah.
Fucking. Oh, this guy hangs out with Chopper a bit. Clearly.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm gonna hit the comm, the ship-wide comm,
Yep.
and say, "I hope everybody's ready to go."
So as
That's
you
the-
say that, this is right after 21B has walked up towards you. What is the medical emergency?
Bleeding. God, I need to get me fixed up right now. My hand's caught. Can you do it here?
Wait. And he turns, and then some of his, medical, limbs come out, and he gets ready to cauterize the wound. How do you guys plan on disposing of him here?
The idea is that once Dosen is once he's in the escape pod, Dosen will leap out and Heka will hit the launch escape pod emergency evacuate button,
Okay.
which I assume there is one.
So let's
If
do...
not, I'll shoot the control panel, which...
This will be an contested initiative then.
And let me point out just that to my companions here that you can use a destiny point to act out of turn.
So you can nice. So why don't the difficulty class to act before 21B is going to be a whopping 11. He has +1 to his initiative. So Heka and Dosen, would you kindly give us initiative checks?
Are we doing the skill check or the one that's
Just a skill check. This one. This is we're trying to get you to leap out before this thing can react. Nat 20. Jeez.
Nice.
So guys, what does it look like as you dispose of this medical droid?
Thanks for the help, Tinhead. And then I dive out of the thing, hit it.
Slam the button. Doors closing.
You see, and this thing flies out into space, beginning to pinwheel around.
All yours, Monda.
Okay.
I say, wait a second. There's no life forms aboard.
Go ahead. And let's see here. This would be.
Son of a bitch.
So
Well, we're not the Empire, so shoot it anyways.
That's true.
this will be interesting. How do I have to
And
do this
Corva,
from the
So if you go
Bantha,
to the Lazy Bantha. Oh, that's just the.
And can Corva do an aid here, like he has previously?
Yeah. You could both be firing at this thing.
can
And
also
Corva could
aim.
do the.
+2.
I would say keep in mind too, if you missed the first time, you can keep firing probably for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that is.
Shoot it back and we can chase it.
Just don't aim while it's between us and the station.
Go ahead and use the attack for Dozen for yours, Monda, and then Corva. You get the oops wrong way.
I have the Lazy
There you go.
Banthas page open, but I don't see.
Use the one
attacks-
for Dozen.
On
No,
the
but-
left.
Sorry, but I don't see anyone named Dozen on the character on the sheet
On
for
the
Under bottom
Yeah, so
turret, under the weapons, bottom turret, there's one for Dozen.
it says bottom
And if you
turret.
had
Dozen.
if you had this sheet open since the beginning, you have to close it and reopen it because you have
Maybe
to make
that's the
changes.
issue because I'm not seeing anybody listed on
Yeah,
the Banthas.
close it and reopen. Close and reopen.
Close
it.
and
We have
reopen.
made changes.
No, under attacks, still
under
nothing.
defense
Are you
and
under
weapons.
the Lazy Banthas character sheet?
Yeah,
Go
Yeah.
to the third dot.
Bottom turret goes in. Under the weapons, there's
Do you see weapons?
I don't even see weapons, guys. I might be
Huh.
blind.
scroll down under attributes, defenses, weapons.
Go on the third. You know, there's the
Attributes,
three toggles at the
defenses,
top.
armor, attacks, and I see weapon name. It's a blank text box.
I
Attack
don't
damage,
know what
critical and
that
full,
is.
and then a second one of that, and then equipment, special qualities, feats, notes.
You're looking under
looks
the
like a character
PC. Are
sheet.
you under the vehicle tab?
Oh, for fuck's sakes, I'm an idiot. Okay.
Andrew's looking at the PDF.
I think Monda has never used this particular turret before, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Where is the? How do you?"
I always go to the top one, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Problem
So,
between
so
the
Corva-
gun and chair.
Dozen.
Corva, why
attack.
don't you give us an attack DC 10? Let's see if you hit with this.
Whoa! Oh, that was initiative. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. And Corva's going to make an attack first.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Kobe, you can make your attack off the Lazy Bantha sheet,
Yeah.
Eric.
Okay. I can make a. No. All right. Attack. Here we go. I'm still -5, but here we go.
That's okay.
You just need a 10, though.
You just need a 10.
Well, I can use.
Yep, absolutely.
Come on.
Let me get down to my character sheet. Give me a moment. There's so many windows. I feel
Yeah.
so. All right, and force point. Come on, force point.
There you go.
Yes!
That's good enough.
Yes, you did.
Literally
Beautiful.
just enough.
Okay, so +2. And then, Monda, go ahead. Make your attack.
All
yeah,
right,
+2.
So now, yeah, I will +2 this. Come on.
Nice.
Awesome.
Now, you guys did take measures to make sure that when that signal went out, that the other thing doesn't deploy, right?
Yes.
At least
I
for the
thought
one that we
that's-
found.
I did
was kind of
mention that this is a thing we needed to do.
Yeah, I thought that's what. Yeah, I thought that's what he was doing, but
He was getting the what do you call it? The dead
Just
man
the
switch.
transmission off.
Yeah, the tripwire or whatever it was that was set up in the thing.
Yeah.
That's disabled.
I see.
But here's what I'll let you go. What is the proposed plan for that? Is it to drop it into another canister? Is it to throw it into space?
I
I'd
think
say
that-
we canister. So if it does go, I mean, who knows if we might have use for that? That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think that's what we do for now because it's the quickest thing probably to do.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I think we owe the Conjure Club a visit. So,
So I think
You
this
should
thing
send them a
rattles and then
package. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Do
you
not
now have
open
a
the
second
20
canister, a slightly bigger canister full of the deadliest bioweapon developed by the
Yeah.
most sinister scientist in the Clone Wars.
That's where we are in episode 5. Episode 6 is going to be the Revenge of the Bantha.
All right, so you have dealt with one problem now. What is next?
All right.
Whip on into the docking bay and say, "Hey, we're here."
So yeah, so now we have to figure out what our strategy is. We have a way to jump in close, so we have a possibility of using some kind of stealth, but I have no idea how to get ourselves from our ship to the station.
I assume the station is not a public It's a gangster hideout, right? You wouldn't just. It's not like a hive of scum and villainy that's open to
I mean, they
traders or.
do, David, have like a tourist like area you can go in and just observe all
My
them
shops.
doing their criminal activity.
But it's only open on Sundays. So.
Yeah, from like 2 to 5.
Yeah, short.
And it's stupid expensive. It used to be a really nice family getaway, but it's just atrocious these days.
So here's the thing: it used to be just a regular mining colony before they took it over. So it was sort of a public thing that people could go to for whatever reason. But at this point, they can completely control it. So it is, if we're trying to get in there, we're going to be dealing with them in one way or another. But we can go ahead, Eric.
Do we have anything like a docking ring? Are we gonna we're gonna have to like land inside this thing because all we have is a ramp? Is that pretty much true? Like in terms of getting from our ship to anywhere, we're gonna have to land in because we don't have a docking ring or an airlock.
I think
or
there
anything.
must be on the top
use
or
an
bottom,
escape
right?
pod.
Because we've seen that in the films where someone's gone up to the roof on that landing.
Yeah.
So they're and
Yeah.
in that's how they docked, isn't it? Like on the bottom of the Falcon is how they docked
Right.
in the last whatever film it was. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah. In Return of the Jedi, you mean, or
No, in
and-
whatever the last of the
Rise
new
of
trilogy was.
Sky Wanderer.
yeah, Rise of the Skywalker.
Yeah. Because it wasn't that one. Like the
yeah.
opening scene is them in contact with someone, and they've docked from the top down into the So
Right.
I'm assuming you could do it
Yeah.
like that as well.
So we'd have to. Yeah, go ahead, Eric.
Here's my question: I don't know how their scanners work. If we come out of hyperspace, like right underneath them or something like that, like, are we going to be? If we're so close to them, will they not be able to detect us?
Why don't you guys? Good question. Give us a galactic lore, a knowledge galactic lore check. I think knowledge sciences would also apply.
Okay.
Whatever is better.
Science? Physical science?
Physical sciences.
So
Here's the galactic lore.
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to use a galactic lore.
Nice.
Oh, nice, Eric.
Yeah.
So Corva, here's the thing. Here's a couple things you know about it. For one, the sensors on this thing, Harrow Point Station is this dates back to the Clone Wars as well. So this is going to be a 50-plus-year-old station at minimum.
Okay.
It wasn't operational for quite some time, so there's going to be some inevitable breakdown of the thing as well. Even at the time, the gravitic anomalies around the accretion disk of a black hole are going to be cause all sorts of like sensor shadows and other types of problems. So even if you had a really sophisticated surveillance system in place, it's unlikely that anyone would it's unlikely that it would pick you up.
Okay.
The other thing is where there are sensitive sensors, they are mostly trained on the hole itself because they need to be able to identify those super dense materials that form in that accretion disk and be able to mine those things. This is kind of like the operation is very similar to what Cloud City would be, where it's not Tabana gas they're mining, it's super dense elements that are used in other sorts of construction.
Okay.
So and I guess the last thing, because you'd rolled quite well, is if you've got a secret base on the edge of a black hole, are you really concerned about anyone coming to find you? Do you really think anyone's crazy enough to jump in right next to your station? So they may not even have sensors in place.
Only Kiro Starscream would do that.
Who would be that crazy? All right. Well, I'm going to suggest that we just see if we can. I mean, we've got the data, right? We got the sort of secret coordinates that are going to get us in there really close. Can we just come out of hyperspace, like right underneath it, and maybe go up and do we have plans? We have plans for this thing. I know. Did you show us that as players or as characters?
As characters, you can imagine that you've got like the hollow sort of like things displayed up under rattles, maybe displaying it up above you.
Okay. Is there does it look like, I mean, is there a place to dock near the bottom there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It seems to me, as I'm going to go look up the station again,
Before we do any jumping into dangerous places, should we fix the bantha up a little bit?
I would say yes.
Good point.
This is a smart one right here.
Yes, agreed.
I don't know if we got more medical aid, but I could probably use a little patching up from us.
You've already, don't worry, you get the medical.
Right.
I have treat injury.
Yeah.
If that
Yeah,
can help.
exactly.
Dosen has benefited from it today, though, so it'll be. I think what you can assume is you guys can do one more treatment because it'll take more than 1 day to jump into Harrow Point. So, what is Dosen's? What's your best, I guess, medical check or treat injury score for everyone? I've got the characters in front of me. What am I talking about?
No, it's not going to be me.
It's not me.
I've got a 7.
Yeah, Hecka's got 9.
Okay.
I think your armor. Yeah, so here's the thing, though, is your armor, Dave, your armor is self-administers back to canisters and grants plus 10 to the treat injury check on top of your thing. So,
Wow.
What? That's ridiculous.
he's got commando armor that he inherited from his father. So,
Oh wow.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
so when are we doing the next session of this? It's kind of fun.
So if you
So
want to
obviously-
apply that for the second, we can assume you got another day on this. You could put the Bacta in there, Dosen, because you haven't used this yet. You could make a heal. So the way that treat injury works, you roll against a DC 15. Every point you roll over 15, that's 1 point you heal. You also naturally heal. It's like a tiny amount. So yours would be 1d20 plus 17, Dave, if you apply that Bacta.
Yeah, so I'll apply the Bacta and I'll just use my treat injury with a plus 10.
No, it's plus 10 on top of your 7. That's a plus 10 bonus. So
Yeah.
plus 17. Holy shit. So you heal 14.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's good. I'm feeling better.
Okay.
And well, what do we get overnight?
Just checking for you here.
That's a good question.
And everyone else, is anyone else injured still? Corva's down a little bit.
Yeah. Not me, but other people
Down a
are.
little bit.
And Monda. So Hecka,
I mean,
uh,
5 points isn't.
Yep.
I'll make a
I
check.
will try and treat the others.
Okay. That's 7 points to
Oh,
1.
nice.
I think I'll just go in the orders. That would be Monda.
Okay.
You're at full.
And for who else is injured? Corva is still injured.
Yeah.
I'm down
Yep.
we're down about 6 points, but yeah, I'm still injured.
7 again.
For you.
Nice.
Okay.
Back up.
Pyro, you're
And I'm
fine. And those and you've done your own thing, so I can't help with that.
Andrew Monda's healed.
Yep.
Okay, natural healing. You regain hit points equal to your level, so you can all add 5 as well.
Oh, great. Great.
I was fine. So actually, that's a good point. Then the 7 that Hecka did for me can go to someone else because if I naturally heal 5, then that's all I needed anyway.
Well, I think he should, even more importantly, he should just not have done it to you so he can treat injury on you at another point. He won't have
Yeah.
already done
Well,
it.
either way, yeah, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
let's not waste the skill check
Yeah.
unnecessarily there.
Yeah, I think only Corva needed it.
Yeah, but we get 7 back.
He already got
Okay.
7.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so then let's see about repairs. What you can get done in the time you've got. Quickly here. Let's hear mechanics. Okay, so you can. Let's see here. Handle explosives. That sounds good. Disable device. Also good. Repair requires a toolkit. You need 1 hour, at the end of which you make a mechanics check. See page 151. You've triggered the cross-reference.
No, we're literally looking at the manual for the YT 2400.
Yeah.
So this. Oh, see page 151. Great. Here we go.
Here we go. You can spend 1 hour, make a DC 20 mechanics check to repair a damaged or disabled object, restoring 1d8 hit points and removing any persisting conditions. Yeah, so it's restoring 1d8 hit points.
Man, that is not much.
It is going to be a while for, yeah.
Can anyone else work on it too, or anyone else assist? Or...
I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's every hour you can do that. So let's say 8 hours. You could work 8 hours today.
Okay.
Anyone who wants to try
That's
those
great.
checks, go ahead. So let's. This is our montage of everyone working on the ship.
Yeah.
So
18 style.
So I'll go first. So it's a mechanics check, correct?
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
And it's straight up.
Yes.
Yeah, DC twist. You can give us. Let's just do this. Let's just each one will
sorry.
heal 2d8. So why don't you give us 4 rolls quickly?
Okay.
Okay. So that's 1
Yeah.
success. Now let's count the successes you get.
Yeah.
I
Who
will
else?
try as well.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. 1. Dosen, not so much. And make sure you're trained in it to do this too, guys.
Oh, okay. I'm not trained, so I won't
Yeah.
try.
Not trained in mechanics.
Not trained. Okay. So would someone like to roll for
What about rattle?
Yeah, plus 13 for rattle.
Somebody want to roll for rattle?
Yeah, 1d20 plus 13. You said.
Yeah, 1d20 plus 13. Yeah.
Plus, not that.
Okay. So it's 3. Why don't we just do this? It'll be rather than sitting around watching you guys roll. Let's assume that we'll prorate that forward. Why don't you each give us? I need 3 people to give us a 4d8 roll. Let's see how much progress is made in those 4 hours. Just for the. I need 4 of them. So that's 20. So that's what is that? 44, 52. So 52 hit points restored.
Okay. So that's
No.
just
Oh,
a
sorry, I'm
1-0.
looking at the wrong thing here. No, that's 38, 46 hit points restored.
46. Okay. So we're at 103 out of 120. So that's not terrible. How about 15 the
Shields
shield?
would have been restored as well. That's a very easy thing to do.
Okay, great.
That's like
So we're at
there's an
30,
action
30.
in combat you can do to recycle the shields.
Great.
Okay.
So we're not bad.
Yeah.
All right, flying in.
She's a little beat up, but she'll hold.
Yeah.
So just so we're going in stealthy, and then if things go sideways like they always do, we come out hot.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be ready for the hot part.
Okay. So then, guys, we are going to have you jump in. So here's what we'll do. We will treat this as a infiltration skill challenge. 8 successes before failures. Each failure will trigger a potential combat encounter, but that doesn't mean that the whole station is warned. What you would also, if you're doing just a quick backup, remember this is what Guavian Death Gang ships look like. And a little more heavily armored and armed than what the Kanji Club ships are. And here is what their cybernetic gangsters look like.
Cybernetic, huh? So they're not robots. They are, or are they robots?
No, they're not robots. But they all have these bizarre cybernetics that like link them together in a quasi hive mind.
Oh, great.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Last time we played was just after the like smuggler book came out, and it added a bunch of new information about it, and it came out like the day of our session or the day after. So I learned this stuff afterwards. So this is not DM bullshittery. This is canon bullshittery. So I guess that's something you would know about then too. You would know these Guavian things. So do you have any? I guess one thing is there may be already interference with their connections because of building your base next to a black hole. But do you want to take any other extra measures to try and prevent them from like alerting one another through this hive network?
Yeah, that's a great idea to kind of jam their hive system.
We have somebody that's good in computers that can get in there and like hack their system and play some Christmas music across their hive time.
I mean, I'm pretty good at
You
computers.
mean Life Day music?
Life Day, yes, Life Day.
No.
Or
No,
No. Sorry,
Wrong.
I was saying no to Life Day. But yes, I am good at computers.
okay, we'll get in there and hack them.
Yeah, we'll need
And
to
I
hack
think-
to find out the location of this person we're rescuing too.
Right. I was gonna say, yeah, that's
I could
the other
probably
thing.
kill two birds with one stone with that. Surely they have some sort of records about where they keep prisoners.
Yeah, one would assume.
Since we don't need this,
And we can
let's head
get
on over
this-
to the more thematic looking.
Aren't you a little tall for a Guavian Death Gang member?
Well, I think each of these, and Kevin, tell me if I'm wrong, I think each of these things is going to contribute to a success out of the 8 successes we need in total. Each of these different skill checks
Yeah.
we're going to try to make. Yeah. So I wonder if, Mondo, you do that, because heck, I think you're also good with computers.
Yep.
if I'm right. You could be trying to locate the prisoner while Mondo's doing that, hacking to locate.
Absolutely.
Mess with their comm system.
Okay.
That could be 2 successes right away. Kevin, do you want to know the whole plan up front, or do you?
No,
wanna do
I'm fine with
piecemeal, or-
going
okay.
along. You guys can certainly.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do
The
it.
most challenging one is the one that's going to kick things off. That
Okay.
will be the
The stealth into the
astrogation check.
the aspiration check itself.
Yeah, because
This is what
Well-
Rattle an astrogation droid, isn't it?
he is an astromech. It's plus 13, but he does not have access to destiny points.
Yeah.
So
I think
the difficulty for this
either I or
one
Mondo should do
is
it.
going to be a 29.
Can Rattle assist?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. And what kind of? I
computers-
forget.
Computers check
Computer
at
use?
29.
Okay.
That sounds like a destiny point.
I know.
I could if.
We only got half an hour. Start burning them up.
Yeah, I think this is the time
Yeah.
we're going to be using. We need 8 successful checks so you can get an auto success on this, basically. Unless do you have a more than a +9, Andrew?
I have a plus. I have 11. Is my.
So that would give you a 31 if you got an auto 20, the destiny point.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not using
So-
them for anything else.
With the assistance of what's his name? Predit D, the given what do you call it? Mathematician. You're able to calculate a precise way of re-entering near this place. If you miscalculate this, everyone is going to be torn apart. There is no chance of surviving when it be torn apart. So,
Yeah.
That's not our destiny,
exactly where
Kevin.
a destiny point is. It's a given that this requires a destiny point.
Yeah.
so
Oh, no.
then here's the
no, don't
visual
start.
aid.
Okay. Nice.
It drops out underneath.
Like,
Hey,
to the
so,
point
you
where,
know-
like the hatch is like basically like right. It's like
Yeah.
1 inch off, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
All right, so you guys have accumulated 1 success.
Okay.
Awesome.
What is the next thing that you're doing?
We have to dock and get on board. Is that our next thing?
Okay, so that
Seems
will
like
be a mechanics check, I think. So probably, and this will be relatively easy. This is a DC 16. 1-6.
I mean, I'll say that I'm equally skilled in mechanics, but I don't want to like showboat. So if someone else wants to make the attempt,
I don't want to say I don't need you guys, but I mean,
Exactly. We'll be here, Mondo. When you're done, we'll be in the ship.
fair. To be sure, I'm not even sure I'll be useful once we get off of the ship. So maybe this is where
Right.
I am useful. I can get you there. You're on your own. So I mean, I'm happy to do it if
Yep.
people, unless someone else wants to.
I think you're probably the most skilled at it.
Okay.
what do you wish to have Rattle help you?
Yes, please.
So why don't you give us someone give us a 1d20 plus 13 check for Rattles. You just need a 10, so don't roll a 1.
Woo!
Yep.
Sweet. All right, here I go.
David, do you want to be Rattle? Give
So
us
I get a
D20
plus
13.
2.
I've always wanted to be a droid, this thing.
Right. Because of Rattle's help, it's a plus 2.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, so with some careful work, you're able to access the lowest part of Harrow Point Station.
time for infiltration.
Yes, and that seems like a stealth related.
I think there is probably a very brief moment as you are moving between the two, where like the gravitics of the stabilizing on the ship, stabilizing on the thing go a little awry, and you just feel your stomach go upside down with the strange pull of this harrowing star. So, with you all inside and 2 successes under your belt, what is next?
Do we need to stealth our way to the nearest computer?
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can scout. I'm both a scout and stealth. I have high perception and high stealth. I can sort of scout the way through this place. I know we have the blueprints. I'm thinking there's got to be a way from that to figure out where's the next computer, where's the nearest computer most likely to be. And if I recall correctly from the blueprints, on the bottom, there's not much going on. It's more like the industrial part near the bottom, and it's like the top where there's like the living quarters and also the command and all that sort of thing. This is like the bottom 2. There's like the pipetine drive or something. I'm looking, and then there's a venting control, filtration, refinery, then some storage and propulsion. Like we don't even get up to the accommodations until we're starting at level 20 or below even, and then accommodations are at level 4. So it looks like my guess is there's probably just a whole bunch of machines down here. Yes, it's the pipeline drive for 2 decks and the pipeline control for 1 deck above that. So I'm guessing, but I'm going to stealth my way. I would like to stealth my way in, and based on these blueprints, try to figure out where the nearest like terminal would be and see if it's in there.
What I'll do, because of your use of the blueprints and whatnot, we'll give you a +2 from that. And if someone else wants to assist, they may be able to give a plus to who else is trained in stealth. Heka?
Okay. Heka, as sometimes a spy, will happily use her knowledge of getting into places unseen to help with this.
Sure. So DC 10 for Heka.
Is that to see if she can help?
Yeah. Great. You got +4, Corva, to your stealth check.
Awesome.
And the DC is only a 16 on here. You're absolutely right. This is a very low occupied area, so
+4.
Yes.
Smokes.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't even whisper it in the dust.
Yep. Yeah, you are moving the whole, and you keep everybody else in line too. That is 3 successes thus far, guys. What you find on it, you do find a place to access the computer partway up, and then let's take a look at the schematics here. So it's probably once you get to venting control, I think you're going to be able to have access to something there. There is something that is substantially connected to the rest of the systems, so you'll be able to, with some good hacking, you'll be able to access somewhere else in the full, the full information of where people are or whatnot. Who would like to make the next skill check?
Can we get to that computer?
Corva has led you.
So maybe
exactly
from deck 20 to deck 17, where the venting control is.
Yeah, great. Then we need some computer usage.
Heka will happily do the location attempt if Mondar is going to focus on interrupting the cybernetic hive mind.
Okay.
What is the
She's looking for information.
Yeah.
What is the use computer? That's the one it would be. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how it's like everything is like, just tactics, jump, initiative, stealth, survival. This is use computer. Like you don't get to use guns.
Yeah. It's
use computer.
That
it's
one
like,
and treat injury seemed like really. I'm not sure why they went with those. Like medicine's right there.
Like use computers should have been like specifically listed or called like slicing or something like that, right? Like to be more on theme. Yeah.
Or computers.
Or something.
Computers.
Computers. Exactly. Okay. All right. So Heka, this is going to be. There are some countermeasures in here, so this is going to be a DC 21.
I feel it is Heka's destiny to find information that people didn't want her to find, so I will use my destiny point on this.
Okay.
To give me a result of 30 in total.
Nice. So not only, here's a couple, because you rolled again so well, You got 4 successes thus far, and here's what you know. You know that there are 5 captives on here. One of the little side hustles that the Guavian Death Gang appears to be doing is indulging in kidnapping of individuals. Not only do they have, they seem to have, what's her name, the Given's wife. There's also, if you're reading this right, they've kidnapped a member of the First Order.
Oh, wow.
That's a high value target.
Yeah, please look on Hecka's face as maybe this whole expedition isn't a ginormous detour for Cairo's sake.
There's also something curious there. I think you might need someone else to assist with it, but there is some. There's strange, like there's a strange way of them tracking the captives. It seems like it may be linked in with the Hive network in some capacity, because there's a very odd networked computer going that's at play here.
I mean, Monty, you might be the only other person trained in computer use.
I
use computer.
am also. I feel like I'm that guy. Like, yeah, I also can do that.
No, that's good. I can't do anything. I just luck my way through the whole thing. So
Yeah.
I love to be like, Mondar, come have a look at this.
Involving life sciences. But
Yep. Nope. I'm happy
life
to-
sciences, actually, that would be something you could use on this as well.
Oh. Okay. Go ahead then.
Because that's interpreting the data as opposed to trying to figure out what the nature of the network is. Either of those will be fine. So, Corva, you want to give us life sciences? This will be, I think it's be 21 as well.
okay, because I've only got a +9 on the life sciences, so that takes us into 50-50 territory.
Yeah. I mean, my computer is 11.
I think Corva has yet to use his destiny point, though.
I have yet to use my destiny
That's true.
point. Yeah, so
That's
I
true.
could use that. So, I mean, among everyone, let's just. Corva says, before we go, are we rescuing everyone or just the one?
All of them.
All right, then. Corva doesn't judge these things. He has his own thought.
I'm the only
Yeah.
non-scoundrelly type here, so now I'm saying,
Yeah.
Technically, I'm a scout, which means my only job is scouting ahead and bringing intel back. Like making these kinds of decisions, not my purview.
Not but my pay grade.
Well, let's make sure we have all the data first. Let's just say that.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a destiny point,
Okay.
and I am going to use my life sciences knowledge to try to, by looking at all of the bio data on the computer thing to figure out which prisoner is which. And can I differentiate them from the various guards? The member
Absolutely.
of the
Yeah, you know precisely
asshole?
which the guard, which is which in here. You also know that the type of information you're getting from them, and the nature of its connection with the other stuff, they must have surgically connected the prisoners to the hive in some capacity.
And by that, do you mean like they put some sort of implant in there that is constantly transmitting around the thing, or
Exactly.
is there
So
some
they've
sort of,
got imagine like a more firewall controlled access point for it. So the other members of this localized network that is the Guavian Death Gang cybernetics, they're all connected to one another, and they're also connected to the prisoners, but in a lesser way.
Okay. So if the prisoners are leaving, they would probably, if this network means that they all sort of speak to each other, know what they're doing, know what everyone else is doing. If the prisoners start leaving, they will start to notice that, is my guess. Correct?
Yeah, and the thinking of how Kanji Club has been acting too, there may be countermeasures they have to prevent escape as well. Because from what you can tell, they're not being held, like they're not in cells or something like that. They're tracked, and they seem to be moving freely out and among the rest of the life signs that you've got on here. One of the upsides to this networked thing, you are able to easily identify where every single Guavian Death Guard is, or Death Gang guard is.
That's helpful.
All right. Do I need to? Did I just using my force point automatic gave me the automatic success? Is that kind of the
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't have to roll. It counts as if you rolled a critical success.
All right, I'm just gonna just for laughs. Okay. Now it's in there. Roll. Okay, we did it. Anyway. Okay. So,
if you have any other questions about it too, like I can answer those. But that's the information I can think of that you can gather.
Is it reversible? Those connections to the prisoners?
With surgery, most definitely. It doesn't seem to be as extensive as theirs. But
it seems like what Mondo was planning to do originally will be helpful in this, scenario too, where they're connected. So if Mondo's able to interfere with their whole communication hive network, that will maybe prevent communication once we try to rescue them.
Yeah. I mean, my concern is that they have the explosive bolts in their neck or whatever, and the minute they leave the network, they'll blow up or something. Is there any way by like poking through the computer's database or just sort of like even their functionality menus or whatever, we can find out if that's the case, like how these listeners are linked up? Like, what's the name of the connection?
I think with that's probably a computer's check of 16.
Okay. I have a used computer of 4.
I think Monda's our ace.
And does someone want to aid with that as well?
Can I aid him using like stealth so like he won't be discovered doing it, or is that off topic?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's no, that sounds good. So give us a DC 10 check.
All right.
Because you've been looking through this system as well too.
Yeah.
Nice roll.
Okay, great roll. So that's 30 in total for Monda. So that's, I believe, 5 successes now. Is that right?
Yeah.
What you can pick up and what you've been able to figure out, Monda, is there is a death switch or whatever, that if they pull themselves out from this network or they somehow disconnected, there is a small detonating bolt that will cause, not like the kind of like Running Man head exploding stuff, but enough to cause an embolism that would be fatal. But it is absolutely something that is like, those things are not useful if you can't easily turn them on or off. And there is a very easy, if you've got the access code, you can very easily turn it off. But it's turned on and off through this network. You do have access to it fully now.
So we could turn them off on all first.
The only question is when it goes off, it will show as something that is off in the network.
Can we white noise the network first and then turn them off, or does that give us
Yeah, you could absolutely do that. Another option you could do is you could, I guess, spoof the signals and have fake versions of their implants transmitting to them.
Or
let's set up some of the guards as prisoners. Make it look like they're walking around as prisoners throughout the base.
That probably can be easier because you're just double linking. It looks as if they're escorting the prisoners the entire time.
Yeah. Anything like that makes, anything that makes it look more like a more complex problem. Because the other option I thought is like the fallback option could be screw up as many systems as possible, so that they think that they're not going to necessarily think that something is wrong specifically with the prisoners. They'll think a bunch of systems are failing, and then the prisoners one might be kind of like under the radar because they won't assume that was the trigger, right? So I don't know, which one do we want to
do? What's going to cause either the most obfuscation or the least alarm on their part? If they think everything's going, got a good cover for getting out, but it obviously them trying to fix it.
I think in general, interrupting their communications overall affects them in multiple ways, no matter what winds up happening.
Like the white noise idea,
including the prisoners.
If they fix the white noise, then we haven't fixed the underlying problem.
Well, I was thinking step one is white noise, like you were saying originally, Dave. Like do that first, and then try to, if make it so that if they do get it back on, now we've connected people to the prisoners' IDs to other Guavian Death Gang guards.
Yeah.
And they even could think like, that's weird. Why are they moving around? Something's still wrong with the system that we just reset or whatever.
They're all
If we
underneath
have
the
full
atmospheric
access-
processor.
If we have full access to the network, can we ask them to bring the prisoners to us? Instead of having to run through the station, picking them up one by one, can we send a
That's
request
interesting.
prisoner for transfer at access point 5 or wherever we are, and then have them... Obviously, then we might have to deal with some Guavian Death Gang members that come with them, but instead of running through this whole station, picking them up one by one.
Well, do we know how far apart, do we know exactly where each one of these prisoners is being held, and if so, are they close together, or are they spread out
No,
through the
they
whole
seem to be
station?
moved, like they're not held in prison one place. With the kind of device they've got on, like they've got a good enough security.
They can just...
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea to try to get them in one place.
We could
And do these
combine
hive
these,
mind?
right?
Well, possibly, and maybe there's a third piece of it, which is, is it possible to use the computer network to send a communication to the prisoners through their cybernetic implant
With a
to tell
28,
them to come to a certain point, like Hecka was suggesting. That way there would be no guards.
Well, there's a central shaft or something, right? We just like get to the central shaft and we have somebody go up and start grabbing them, bring them down, like lead them out.
I think that's a good combination of all these ideas.
Okay.
Okay. So white noise.
For getting someone in place, if you want to contribute here, Dosen.
I think we wouldn't be able to do the white noise
Climb.
first, because that way then they
Climb
would
would be a 16.
Okay. I could do some climbing, and you guys got to send me the prisoners and not send them down.
Okay.
That's a
So
plan.
I think there's three pieces here. One is first sending that communication only to those 5 prisoners to go to a specific place. 2 is the white noise,
Okay.
so that then the guards themselves can't communicate with each other if one of them happens to see a prisoner doing something they don't think is right. And then 3 is Dosen climbing up to try to get to the point where,
So I can
and maybe
hold
helping
off.
some of us climb up.
Yeah, I'll hold off until.
Or you're saying maybe you'd go there first and be ready
can go
to
there
get them.
Yeah, I mean, as the scout and the stealth guy, I'm happy to
Yeah.
go and assist.
Yeah, sure. So why don't we do this? Corva, why don't you give us a climb check?
A climb check.
This is just
All
an
right.
assist. This is a DC 10.
Still, I only have I got a +2 on a climb, but let's submit this.
There we go. Well, you want to force point that?
Yeah, I'll force point it.
No.
No.
Corva is spending a lot of the time complaining
not
about
with
how
you.
noisy Dosen is as he's making his way up. So, Dosen, why don't you give us a climb check, please? Or you want Destiny point that? Hey, 22, no need for that.
Nice.
All right,
Yeah.
so you easily, you and Corva are in place somewhere up, further up a shaft, closer to the closer to the living quarters. You have 6 successes right now. What is the message you're sending to these people? And I guess the other question is, how do you plan on dealing with the embolism causing thing? The countermeasure.
Those are 2 separate systems, right? Like the communication is not connected into the explosive.
It would be very
The
difficult to
internal
disarm
explosive.
each of them from here, and it would be a simple measure to rearm through the network if the connection was still there. So,
Could we treat injury on them?
absolutely, treat injury or mechanics,
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Okay. Or life
So
sciences for
maybe
that matter.
white.
If you're sending them to the ladder or shaft to climb down, Dosen could like try to treat injury on them, like as a group, and then send them down.
Okay.
But you need the white noise thing so that
So let's do this.
disappear from the
That's a good idea, Dave.
Why don't we give the white noise is here's what I think is that there's the last two skill checks are going to be for the skill challenge are going to be the white noise and then the treat injury because that disables the network and then prevents these guys from getting injured. Am I missing? Oh, and then and then it'll be a stealth to get away without anyone noticing. So.
Yeah, and do we need a skill check to send the message to those 5 prisoners, or is that
not at all?
something we
with
can
the 28 that Monda got in the earlier one. All right, so who wants to make their check first here then? Is the white noise going out first, or are you getting the people in position first?
We should probably
think the white noise first, because in case the guards see them,
Yeah.
The guards see all
walking
of them
somewhere,
going-
they
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If the guards see them all going towards a central corridor or something, then they might think so.
This will only be a 21 computers because it's a very specific kind of interference you're creating here.
Can anybody else trained can aid?
Is this my contribution?
I think you or Hecka are the two.
Yeah, Hecka's got a
I'm
plus.
happy to aid.
Okay. Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Any of you got a destiny point still?
I do not.
I do. I have a destiny point saved up, but I do not have used computers,
let's
so
keep
I'm gonna.
that in reserve for
Okay,
that
so
final
plus
cell,
two?
just in case. Yeah.
So
for getting
Monda,
away.
you get +2. This is a new day, so your other thing, your lucky thing, would be recharged, Kiro.
Oh, great.
Yeah. The only thing is you'd be able to use it.
Actually, I can use it all the time.
That's including
I just gotta
the
spend a force
+2.
point.
Okay.
Can
you
I
wanna
apply a force point to
You
that?
can. Don't roll a 1.
Okay.
Come on.
I've had a bad habit of rolling ones.
I know you keep.
Drama.
It's not
Andrew
so
likes
much
drama.
noise as a cacophony that alarms. That's great.
So what happens?
All right.
Dosen and Corva. Corva is hidden in one. Tell us about where sort of you guys have positioned yourself in this central shaft.
I would assume we are on the. Now, is this central shaft? Are there ladders on the inside? Is that how it
Probably,
is?
yeah. And there's probably like lifts or something that go up and down.
Okay. I assume if there are both ladders and lifts, it is possible to be on the ladder and not get killed by the lift as it goes by.
Yep.
And what I have figured we had done as stealthy is climbed the ladder so we were next to the doors on the level. What level was that? Where we knew those people were.
17.
Yep.
17. And we're sort of just inside the doors, sort of waiting for our signal to I guess we'd either force the doors open or, lean over and force the doors open or, whatever. Pull. There's probably some emergency lever on the inside.
Yep.
There are ladders there. By logic, you would want someone on the ladder to be able to open the door and open those doors and then start, flagging or grabbing the people who were trying to grab and ushering them over here.
Sure.
That was so where we are right now is, I would say, on ladder next to the door of level 17 on the inside of the shaft, sort of waiting for our cue to get into there and start collecting people.
Okay.
Wasn't 17 where we got to for the computers? We had to climb up further from that.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yeah.
Or something like that, right?
So whatever floor we determined, like 12 or.
If I recall, the first it was the venting control on 17. Oh yes, 17.
That was where the computer was, and then we had to go up for it. You guys went up further.
Yeah, then we had to go higher
Yeah, we
up with
had
our
to go
climb
up.
checks.
17 was the computer. Were we going to go up to accommodations 3, or which would be level 4, or accommodations 2?
I think it doesn't entirely matter. It's just, finding a point where you can meet them with the least number of people, of guards, that would spot 5 prisoners
Okay.
showing up at the same spot.
Right.
So
Okay.
as they're coming through, there's one safely taken off. It's an Ithorian guy. Second person arrives, a human, off. Third person arrives. It is a Trandoshan. You've retrieved the thing and send them off. You're waiting for the final one. It's taking some sweet time, or the last 2. That's when the doors open.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we knew this was kind of inevitable.
Were any of those people that we got the thing off? Was it the wife of that guy?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
That would be too easy. Barely an inconvenience.
I have a plan. And just to let you know ahead of time what my plan is, Kevin, I happen
Is it to let us know what's going to
sorry.
happen next time?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, was that what you were going to say?
No, I would no. I was going to try to do another way of ending it quickly, which is that I had a stun grenade and a destiny point.
Well, I think that the only ones who climbed up. I mean, you could very well have climbed up as well.
Well, no, I hadn't. So that's what I was going to say. My plan was to do that if we were going to deal with this right now. But otherwise,
okay.
I'm happy for it to be continued.
Yeah. So that's what we'll do, guys. Is we will leave with 3 of the 5 rescued, with you guys having almost completely escaped. And remember, this does not mean that skill challenges failed. This just means that you've triggered one response. If you take these guys out and they don't warn anyone, then that doesn't matter. You're able to then carry on with a skill challenge. It just means that you got a hiccup in the form of 3 cybernetic soldiers. So, all right.
And 2 of us, one of which armed with a sniper rifle designed to be used from long distances. So, there we go.
So you're like, oh, this is just like kneecap, and then you look over and it's a wave.
No, it's at the floor. Hang on. No, that's my foot. No, son of a bitch.
How does the zoom work on this thing? Come on. All right, then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for part 2 of the Whispering War. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we've been playing, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There is also a link down below to the Hero Save Villages campaign, which is part of this entire campaign kicked off with some charity sessions in benefit of the SOS Children's Villages International Charity. This continues to be the case 4 or 5 years in now, guys. I'm trying to remember how many.
Yeah. I think it's 4.
4 years in for Kiro. We've seen Kiro come from before the rebellion all the way through that, and then into the post-rebellion era. We will be back in a galaxy far, far away at some point, but if you did enjoy today's session, I'd ask that you consider clicking through the link down below to Hero Save Villages and donating. All donations that go through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to benefit the kids who benefit from their services, including ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and the surrounding countries at the time of recording. There is also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where all of us are active, and we have channels there dedicated to Star Wars games in general. We have a bunch of every other game we run on the channel on a regular basis, as well as a ton of other stuff. So there's a terrific community over there. You are more than welcome to join us over there. In addition, there's a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized store for selling hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Big congratulations once again to them and their workers for voluntarily entering into a union. If you are looking for any new RPGs, board games, or card games, you can find most of anything you would want through their website, as well as having an amazing selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs, including we have a bunch of our Night Below players who are receiving copies of the Saga Edition core rulebook, and I picked up all of mine from Noble Knight Games. If they don't have in stock what you're looking for, you can often put it on a want list, and they will send you an email once something comes in and let you know when. Then you can head on over and pick it up. If you do buy anything $10 or more through the website, enter the code MUSINGS at checkout, and you'll save yourself 10%. If you're listening to this in a more recent video, if this is an old video by the time you see it, check one of the more recent videos, and you'll find whatever the updated code is. The last thing I will say is an enormous. I'm doing a reverse order because George is the one who kicked this off. George is the first donor to the Hero Save Villages campaign. It was the first charity campaign we ever ran on the channel. So Dave, Eric, other David, I should say, Andrew, and most especially George, thank you so much for joining me back in a galaxy far, far away, guys. It was great to see you play these characters again, play some of these characters for the first time. It was an enormous amount of fun for me, so thank you very much.
Thanks, Kev. It was fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
It's an
Awesome.
honor just to be here. Or not. Well, I'm always where I am. That's here. But I mean on the channel.
It is always a treat to see you, Eric. So thanks so much for being able to play today. Last thing we'll say then is if we'll be back at some point. And I'm sure we'll announce when we're going to be back in a galaxy far, far away. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and see the troubles that our heroes are finding when you're under the thumb of the Kanji Club. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
See ya.
May the force be with you.